Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Microphone check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mic 2 check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good evening and welcome to live coverage of Buffalo State College Club Hockey. It's a Thanksgiving weekend special tonight as Buffalo State is hosting Erie County Community College in an upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League cross-divisional game. Hello, I'm Aaron Elpern alongside Sean McHugh, and the Bengals come in off a little bit of time off, but the last time we saw them in action, it was a dramatic win 2 weeks ago against St. Bonaventure.
Absolutely. Bengals got a goal from Brett Sardina with 4.1 seconds left in the third to spoil a furious Bonnie's comeback as the Bengals built a 3-0 period into the second. But the Bonnies got 2 goals in 34 seconds to set the stage for a dramatic third period, and Bonaventure would eventually tie the game at 4 with 8 minutes left, but the Sardina goal in the closing seconds kept the game from going to overtime.
Anton Rupert had a goal and 2 assists in the win. The Bengals are now 5-0 in the UNYCHL West Division. Essentially, they're 6-0 with the second Canisius game still on the schedule, but as Canisius has dropped down a level, that automatically becomes a win as a forfeit. So at 5-0, 6-0, however you want to look at it, Bengals are comfortably ahead of St. Bonaventure, Fredonia, and Alfred State in the division. And Buff State basically controls its own destiny when the team picks up play with divisional play again coming up again in January.
Yes, and right now, though, we're going to look outside of the division as we have 3 games outside of our division to close out the first semester, starting tonight with the Erie Community College Cats, and then the Tier 2 leaders, a very familiar foe in the Niagara County Community College Thunderwolves, on Thursday night here at 9:30, and then again we'll see these Erie Community College Cats next Saturday afternoon.
That game is a road game at ECC next Saturday. The ECC Cats come into tonight's action at 3-4-1 on the season. They split their games this year with Alfred State and Brockport. Both of those Brockport games went to a shootout. Some other common opponents that ECC has with the Buff State Bengals: 13-5 win over Penn State Barron College for ECC, a 6-5 loss to Niagara, a 7-4 loss to the University of Buffalo, and a 7-0 loss to St. Bonaventure. Player to keep an eye on, number 18, Isaac Murray. He has 6 goals and 4 assists for 10 points to lead the Cats. One of several forwards to keep an eye on here tonight in the red and white uniforms.
Absolutely, and also want to take a look at number 27, Jeremy Ienko, as a player to watch. Scored an impressive shootout winner against Brockport, and then the Cats won their last game, a 3-1 divisional victory over the University of Rochester.
So we have the Buffalo State Bengals playing host to the Erie County Community College Cats here tonight. And we take a quick look at our UNYCHL scoreboard presented by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. And this actually is the only game on the schedule across the CHF as far as we know. However, some UNYCHL scores from last week. It was Binghamton over Cornell by a 5-2 count. Alfred State beat Fredonia 3-2. These ECC Cats beating Rochester, as Sean mentioned, by a 3-1 score. It was also Portland over Niagara 9-2. And St. Bonaventure beating Brockport by a 5-1 count. Both the teams have taken the ice here at the Buffalo State Ice Arena, and we're just moments away from puck drop between the ECC Cats and the Buffalo State Bengals. A number of players on the Bengals roster are very familiar with this ECC team. Maybe not some of the players on the ECC roster, but a number of the Buff State Bengals played earlier on in their college careers for ECC.
Absolutely, so it's going to be very interesting to see, what the Bengals can use to their advantage. That is something the coaching staff is very good at utilizing. So a little familiarity here might give the Bengals a bit of an edge, but also not being familiar with the players could make a very interesting dynamic there, Aaron.
And we're about ready to head down to the ice to meet tonight's starting lineups and then hear the national anthem, and we'll be ready for puck drop here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Good evening and welcome to the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Thank you for joining us for tonight's UNYCHL matchup between Erie County Community College and your Buffalo State College Bengals. Introducing the starting lineups first for the ECC Cats. At forward, number 24, Miles Shenfield. Also at forward, number 27, Jeremy Ienko. At forward, number 11, Jack Kinsman. On defense, number 5, Ben Brombus. Also on defense, number 28, Haken Logan. The starting goaltender for ECC is number 30, Noah Winarski, and the head coach of the ECC Cats is Gary Roast. And now the starting lineup for your Buffalo State College Bengals. Starting at left wing, from Buffalo, New York, number 11, John Glasgow. At center, from Fairbanks, Alaska, number 7, Anton Rupert. At right wing, from Amherst, New York, number 53, Brett Sardina. Starting on defense, from Amherst, New York, number 13, Ryan Kelly. Also on defense, from Grand Island, New York, number 88, Adam Brennan. Starting in goal from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 1, A.J. White. The head coach of the Bengals is Tim Turner, with assistant coaches Jeff Shevchek and Pat Krebs. At this time, we ask that you rise if you are able and stand for the playing of our national anthems. It's live coverage of Buffalo State College Club hockey from the Buffalo State Ice Arena, and it's the Buffalo State Bengals taking on the Erie Community College Cats here tonight in a UNYCHL cross-divisional matchup. Thank you for joining us on the Buffalo State College YouTube channel as we bring you live coverage of tonight's game. My name's Aaron Alpern, alongside Sean McHugh on the call of this evening's game. Evan Kumpf joining us as our camera operator this evening, and we're excited for puck drop between the Cats and Bengals.
Absolutely. Bengals had a little bit of a hiatus, mainly just a week after a dramatic win against St. Bonaventure. Looking to see Bengals being a little recharged and fresh, getting ready for a big matchup against Erie Community College. They do control their own destiny in the division with a decent lead. Obviously far from insurmountable, but the Bengals are in a position where you want to be at this time of the year, where they control their fate in the division, and this is a chance to continue their ascension towards nationals.
This is one of those games that is important when we're talking about nationals, when we're talking about the national rankings picture. This is another one of those games that can do nothing but help the Buff State Bengals and their rankings. Currently coming into this game ranked 28th in the nation, number 3 rather in UNYCHL. I know the team and everyone with the club would like to see that go up a little bit, and here's a chance tonight to improve their standing nationally. We're underway here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena as the puck comes into the Buff State end, and it's Ryan Kelly trying to start the breakout there from the near corner. He's got two different ECC players on him. Anton Rupert also into hand. Finally, the puck comes free, and it comes back to the point. Shot taken, pad saved by A.J. White as that shot was ripped in on goal by the defenseman Ben Brombus. Loose puck on the far side in the Bengals zone right now. It's Anton Rupert picking it up, starting the breakout behind his net, drops a pass to Adam Brennan. Brennan has a little bit of room to work, feeds a pass up to Sardina on the left wing. Sardina into the offensive zone, has some room, lets a shot go. First save of the game made by the ECC goaltender Noah Winarski. A shoulder save, he holds on for a whistle, and we have our first stoppage at 19:21 of the first period. No score yet between the Cats and Bengals.
What a first test there for the ECC goaltender Noah Winarski. Brett Sardina slams on the brakes right there, takes a step towards the slot, and fires that hard wrist shot. Winarski had to be honest. Oh, wait, look at this.
Sardina again looking for an opportunity, just rolled on him a little bit there as he ended up with that loose puck right off the faceoff. Could have been a really nice scoring opportunity if that puck would have settled a little bit for him. Anton Rupert keeping it going, though, with a forecheck in the offensive zone. Feeds a pass back to Ryan Hahn at the left point. Hahn shot in towards the net, just goes wide. Now a loose puck here in the near corner. John Glasgow there quickly to it, but he's got two different ECC players on him, and ECC finds possession and works the breakout out the far side. Pass goes off a skate over there, however, and now a little bit of difficulty for ECC to get it out. Bengals keep it in there. Sardina making a good play to keep it moving, and then ECC just clears it out into the neutral zone where Ryan Hahn looks to come back quickly. John Glasgow dumping it in, heading off for a change. A couple different Bengals coming into the action here. Elliot Hunt on the forecheck there on the far side. Takes it away from two different ECC players before Zach Schultz comes in to help out. Ryan Hahn keeps it in. Some good forecheck work here from the Bengals as it's Elliot Hunt now in behind the net. Hunt looking for Guerrera, drops a pass that gets intercepted, and the puck comes out into the neutral zone just past Jeff Hyde. Good play there by Ryan Hahn as he had an ECC player right on his hip there trying to take that puck from him on the Buff State blue line. 18-10 now left here in the first period as the puck goes deep into the Buff State zone, then goes sailing through the neutral zone all the way to an ECC player, Bielkowski, as now
nice hands by Hyde.
Yeah, Jeff Hyde starting the breakout there, feeding a pass just a little bit too far for Elliot Hunt, and it's deep into the ECC zone. Hunt with the forecheck pressure on there. Hunt finds a loose puck in the far corner. He's got a man on him. A little bit of help coming in from Guerrera. The puck comes back to the point. Hyde keeps it in on the backhand. Loose puck just inside the ECC blue line, comes out into the neutral zone, and Guerrera starts again. Gets a pass to Schultz, and Schultz has a man pestering him here just inside the Buff State blue line. Shot taken quickly there as Schultz was unable to maintain possession there, and Eric Duma fired the shot in on goal. Save made by A.J. White. White holds on for a whistle. 17:28 left in the first. Still no score yet from the Buff State Ice Arena.
Yeah, Bengals having a little bit of difficulty with the puck in the neutral zone, and Eric Duma creates a sneaky little scoring chance, but A.J. White on his toes as usual. Makes the initial save and then makes sure there's no rebound, which is something we've come very accustomed to seeing from the goaltender from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Shot taken just inside the blue line. A soft wrist shot fired there by the save shooter just a moment ago, Eric Duma. Another easy save for A.J. White. Hangs on for another whistle, and the faceoff will come up to his blocker hand side with 17:16 to go now in the first period.
Looks like it's ECC's time to put a little offensive pressure on. The Bengals were on the forecheck early to start this game. ECC looking like they're trying to counter and get some zone time of their own.
Bengals cleanly breaking the puck out. It's Joe Tempio through the neutral zone. Can't handle it just inside the ECC blue line. And now the Cats get into the neutral zone, but Alex Gosen creating turnover. And now the Bengals have possession, but that pass is behind the mark and will go for icing. So the faceoff will come back down into Buffalo State territory. 16:57 now left in the first period. And support for Buffalo State College Club Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. If you're traveling to Canada, PCR COVID tests are available at Ivy Lee with a quick 1-hour turnaround. Ivy Lee Pharmacy, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or ivyleepharmacy.com. Loose puck in behind the Buff State net, comes out in front. Loose puck there in the middle of some skates there, so no ECC Cat player was able to get a shot in on goal as that puck was dangerously in front. Bengals now looking to counter. Ryan Miller into the offensive zone. Miller jumping up into the play from his defensive spot, goes to a knee but keeps the play moving. He finds Branca in the far corner. Branca with a man on him, takes a bump. Loose puck is kept moving though as Joe Tempio comes in. Alex Gosen now in that far corner, but ECC manages to gain possession of the puck and feed a pass up the near side where a little bit of room to maneuver and feed a pass into the neutral zone for Ienko. His pass is too far for its intended target, so we'll have an icing on the play. And the faceoff coming back in the offensive zone for Buff State with 16:17 remaining in the first.
Yep, it looks like Tim Turner's coming out. You'll be sending Cole Newman, Alex Militello, and it looks like Ben McFadden out there with Brennan and Kelly for an offensive zone faceoff, giving this line a little bit of a chance to maybe get some pressure on offense as well. Bengals doing a pretty nice job of cycling zone time, just have yet to challenge the goaltender so far.
Player gets taken down there right off the faceoff, no call coming, as ECC has possession of it, looking to start the breakout, but Ryan Kelly gets in the way, gets a shot in on net, pad save made there. Ben McFadden was right there looking for a rebound, puck just jumped over his stick, and then ECC ends up clearing it into the neutral zone, but it's Alex Militello finding that puck, and now Buff State has possession as they regroup in their own end. Brennan up to Kelly. Kelly on the near side has plenty of room to get a pass up to McFadden in the neutral zone. McFadden slides it ahead to Newman. Newman into the offensive end, fires his shot, goes just wide, and hits the glass on the far side, but keeping it in is Adam Brennan there at the left point. ECC getting possession there with it with Brombus. His pass doesn't connect here on the near side, and Cole Newman keeps it in. Buffalo State having some good pressure with this line. Hit there right in front of the ECC bench from Cole Newman. Manages to get his player off the puck, and now Buff State looking to counter. Kelly firing a slap shot from just inside the blue line. It goes high and up over the crossbar, but Anton Rupert, fresh off the bench, has some offensive pressure going. Quickly countered, though, and now coming through the neutral zone, it's going to be Isaac Murray. Murray letting that wrist shot go from the top of the circle. Glove save made by A.J. White, and he'll hang on for another whistle. 15-10 now remaining here in the first period, as Isaac Murray brought that puck into the offensive zone. Let a pretty good wrist shot go. A.J. White up to that challenge, however.
I think Isaac might have rushed that shot a little bit too. He had a little more time to walk in. Really good hard shot, but there was no screen. A.J. White had no difficulty trapping that.
That puck hits a body in front, then redirects White out to Murray. Murray's shot in on goal, save made by White there. As we're at the 15-minute mark here of the first period, a loose puck in the far corner with two Bengals and two Cats in there trying to find possession. Anton Rupert's the one with it now. Rupert now coming up the near side. He's got a man on him, manages to get away from him, but a turnover there just inside the blue line. Two ECC players end up running into each other.
One of them he got 3 hits on that.
Fire a shot in at goal as the one player was getting knocked down. A.J. White handles that one as number 22, Ryan Hahn, throwing his weight around as we are more than accustomed to seeing from him. Lays a hit there, and it looked like he took 2 or 3 players out with one hit. I don't know how many hits you get credit for with that one, but I'm not sure we're actually keeping hits as a statistic here.
Well, in that case, I'm giving him 3.
Give him 4 then.
Okay.
Sardina with the loose puck coming out of the offensive zone, or coming out of the defensive zone rather, gets it up to Glasgow just inside the blue line. Glasgow has some room to look, survey the thing. He gives it across to Hyde on the far side. Now down low to Sardina again. Sardina, the former Erie County Community College player, definitely playing with an extra step of pace in his game tonight. Shot comes in from the point, goes just wide, now cleared through the neutral zone and into the Buff State end. Ryan Hahn has 2 different players on him, quickly fires it around the far side, and it's out into the neutral zone where John Glasgow has it. Glasgow up to Sardina. Sardina tries to get through the defenseman.
Great defense.
Good defense there, and a nice hit to keep Sardina from getting a scoring opportunity right in front. Elliot Hunt, or Anton Rupert here in the near corner, feeds it behind the net to Sardina. Now Rupert has it again up against the Zamboni door. 2 different ECC players look to take him off of that puck, but Buff State keeps it in the offensive zone as Alex Hussey jumps in and makes a play. Glasgow now just inside the blue line, tries to get that shot in on net. It hit a body on its way through, but Buff State still maintaining possession here in the offensive zone. Blasco on the far boards. He takes a hit, but he's still got possession. Taken off of that one, though, as ECC gains possession, but loses it quickly. Anton Rupert getting in the way of a pass there, dumping it in, then heading to the bench for a change, as 4 Bengals look to make changes here. A little bit of room for Ianco through the neutral zone. Ianco into the offensive zone. Right pad saved by A.J. White on that quick wrist shot. Ianco's the first one to the rebound, and ECC keeps it moving in the offensive zone. Ianco spins, feeds it in front, had a man there, goes off his skate, and then it came out to another player there as it was Kinsman with the puck right at the hash marks, got it on his backhand, but his shot ended up going up and over the net, out of play. So that forces a face-off with 13:05 remaining here in the first, and we'll have a face-off to the right of A.J. White, still no score yet.
That's unfortunate, too, because Miles Shenfield, as he went to the net, lost his edge. And right as a shot came, he fell in front of it and blocked his own guy's shot. So that's a bit of a tough break for the Cats right there.
Bengals get a quick breakout pass to the neutral zone, deflected into the offensive end by Zach Schultz. And now Schultz has the forecheck going with a man on him. Getting a little help from Guerrero as it comes out to the near side. Ryan Kelly's shot doesn't get through traffic. He has another chance to keep it moving, and he dumps it in behind the net. Zach Schultz has it there, feeds it out in front. He's got Brennan at the point. Brennan walks in, lets a shot go.
At the post?
That might have hit the post, or it might have hit an arm on the way through, but it was a little bit more dangerous than it looked like.
Had no idea where that puck was.
Yeah, when
he reacted when it hit the ground.
When the shot left his stick, it didn't look that dangerous, but it did in the immediately moments afterwards. Elliott Hunt making a nice play to get away from 2 guys there. Brennan brings it in, feeds it down low to Schultz. Schultz then back in front, right on goal. Great save made by Winarski as he looked like he got a stick or a shoulder on it, as the Bengals did a nice job of setting up something down there low in the ECC zone and getting a quick opportunity from right out in front. Winarski making the stop on that one, though, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the ECC zone with 12:19 remaining in the first.
That was a really great play. I mean, if you're the Bengals, that's great hockey. Just the goaltender came up big with a save right there. Keep doing that, but tip of the cap to the goaltender, Winarski, right there. Really nice save.
It's Jake Allen into the offensive zone for ECC. His shot just misses the far post, and now a loose puck in behind the Buff State net. It's taken away by Ryan Miller. Miller takes a hit there, but manages to clear it into the neutral zone. ECC sending it quickly back into the Buff State end with 11:56 to go in the first period. Breakout pass comes up the far side, kept in by ECC, but it's Ryan Miller with possession here. And he starts the breakout with a long pass up the far side. No icing on the play as ECC works the puck back to the near side. And they do manage to get it out into the neutral zone. Jake Allen intercepting a pass there, carrying it in across the Buff State blue line. His shot is blocked, now loose in front of the net, as a dangerous puck there in the skates of Joe Lotempio ended up right in on A.J. White. White had a good track of that the entire way, however, held on for a whistle, and with 11:33 remaining, Buff State makes a couple of changes on the defensive end, and they'll be ready for a face-off in the defensive side of things to the right of A.J. White. Bengals winning that face-off. A backhand pass into the neutral zone from Hahn, shipped around the defenseman by Branca, but the defenseman does a good job and recovers on the play. Logan getting that into the neutral zone, but Buff State finding possession there. Joe Lotempio dumps it into the offensive zone, but it's going to be Logan starting the breakout again. Gets it up to Duma. Duma dumps it into the Buff State zone, and now Ryan Hahn looks to start out the breakout here on the near side. A couple of different ECC players there keeping that forecheck pressure on. Shot comes from the point, but it's blocked by Gosen on the way through. And now ECC has to regroup in the neutral zone. Logan looking for a pass there. Doesn't really find anything. Icing waved off, though, even though it looked like it could have been an icing call on that play. ECC enjoying some possession, though. That shot comes in from the point. Deflected up and out of play. And we'll have face-off coming up is going to be in the neutral zone or in the offensive zone for ECC. We'll wait and see that in a moment. 10:49 now remaining in the first period. And even though it was the ECC player deflecting that up and out of play, the face-off will come in the ECC offensive end.
Odd, but not the worst thing as long as the Bengals get possession there. Yeah, teams are having a little bit difficulty hitting that first breakout pass. That's why there hasn't been much flow yet. But teams, they're going to get there. Eventually they're going to start hitting them, and we're going to see some transition and some speed, I think.
Another long pass into the neutral zone doesn't quite connect. Bengals now trying to pressure the puck on the ECC blue line. Puck comes free, though, and ECC finding possession of it here just inside their zone. Puck comes to Ianco inside of his own blue line, feeds that pass up to Kinsman, and Kinsman comes to the neutral zone with speed. Takes a hit there from Ryan Kelly, an extra little bump there at the end as the puck comes around the far side, then fired up into the air and gloved out of the sky by Adam Brennan. Now Now it's Cole Newman with possession of it, just along his own goal line. Nice pass there to Brennan, and Brennan looks to start the breakout up the near side. Just a high chip pass off the glass, and it comes into the neutral zone, and then back into the Buff State zone as ECC quickly puts the pressure back on the Bengals. Militello now carrying it in 1-on-3, steps around the defender and takes a hit there, losing control of it. That allows Ienko to pick it up and start the breakout, but some good offensive pressure there by Cole Newman to knock him off that puck. Ienko has it back, though, right at the Buff State blue line, carrying it into the offensive zone now. Stops here in the near corner. Got two different men on him. Drops that cycle play down low. And now he's got Shenfield driving it in towards the net. Shenfield with it behind the net. Got Brennan right on him. Gets it along to Kinsman as ECC doing a good job here in the offensive end. That shot taken from the point goes just wide. Shot is knocked down out of midair by Sardina, and Sardina looks to break it through the neutral zone. Looked like he was looking for a pass to a player that was actually heading to the bench. It ended up hitting an ECC skate.
Good back check, though.
Yeah, great play by number 53. As I mentioned earlier on, he might have an extra little bit of step in his game tonight, playing against his old school tonight. Good to see number 53 keeping that momentum going after scoring the game winner 2 weeks ago against St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, Brett has been all over the ice to start this game. He's flying. He created 2 scoring chances in the first 45 seconds, and he looks like he's trying to build on that.
Icing waved off here again as it comes in behind the Buff State net. Ryan Kelly has a man on him. It's Isaac Murray creating that pressure, but he gets it to Brennan. Now Brennan up to Glasgow. Glasgow with a backhand pass to Rupert. Rupert gives it back to Glasgow. It's into the offensive zone. Nice move there by Glasgow to get around the defenseman. Couldn't quite get that shot in on goal. As picking it up now is going to be Jake Allen. Allen up to Gorman, and now it's going to be Isaac Murray in the neutral zone. Murray with the cross-corner dump. ECC making a couple of changes here. A little bit of room for Miller, but he turns it over. Shot taken there from the top of the circle. Doesn't get through, but keeping it in on the play is going to be the defenseman, Bielkowski. Bielkowski's shot goes up and over the net, then out of play. And so we'll have a stoppage here with 8:18 now remaining. And the face-off going to be coming up in the Buff State zone to the blocker hand side of the Buff State goaltender, A.J. White.
A little bit of sloppiness in the defensive zone there for the Bengals. That pass should go up the wall. Instead, it gets put up the middle and turned over. But Ryan Miller, the high-effort player that he is, immediately followed his broken pass and blocked a shot and pretty much prevented any sort of dangerous chance from happening for ECC.
Bielkowski making a good play there at the near point to keep Elliott Hunt from breaking it out of the zone. ECC now keeping it moving in the offensive end. Michael Guerrera finding a loose puck, though, chips it into the neutral zone. And the Bengals look to start it up ice, but it's quickly sent back into the Buff State zone. And now they'll have to break it out with Ryan Miller in behind his net. His pass hits Zach Schultz in the skate, comes out into the slot. Shot taken there by number 25, Duma. Didn't get a whole lot on it, couldn't quite get it in on goal, and now Buff State brings it into the offensive end. Guerrera to Hunt. Hunt across to Schultz. Schultz just couldn't quite handle that pass as he had himself a nice lane for a scoring opportunity. Just couldn't quite settle that pass down.
That was pretty passing, too.
Now, one-timer attempt taken by Elliott Hunt off the pass from Guerrera in the corner. And the Bengals keep the offensive pressure on as Schultz and Guerrera have the pressure on the defenseman right against the Zamboni door. Bielkowski starting the breakout. Good 2 quick passes there for the Cats, and they get it into the offensive zone. Making a change, however, and Ryan Hahn will have plenty of time to work the breakout. 7:12 now remaining here in the first period. Hahn's pass misses everyone. That ends up all the way on Logan's stick for ECC. Logan now starting the breakout, but his pass doesn't connect, and it's going to be Guerrera picking it up for Buff State. Hahn's pass intercepted as Buff State continues to try these long breakout passes, even though not a whole lot of them have been connecting so far. Getting the benefit of an icing being waved off here again as Guerrera gets it into the offensive zone, feeds it to Hunt. Hunt looks to go back to Guerrera in behind the net. That pass didn't connect, but it's Hunt again here in the near corner. Elliott Hunt back to the point. He's got Ryan Hahn here. Hahn's shot hits a skate, and now Gorman looks to get it away. Gorman, however, loses control of that as the Bengals have something working here. Hahn gets that pass out in front. Hunt's shot hits the goaltender right in the chest. And now it's going to be the Cats looking to break it out. Gorman has a little bit of room here. Gets it out into the neutral zone. Takes a couple of stick checks from Elliott Hunt, and then a shot's quickly taken, but it goes just wide of the far post. Alex Gosin finding control of that puck. Long breakout pass. Now we have a chance through the neutral zone, but that pass was just a step too far for Branca as Lotempio was looking to send Branca in alone. Pass comes back to the point, but Brennan was coming onto the ice off of a change, so it comes into the neutral zone, and Kelly looks for a pass there. Kelly up to Branca. Branca can't control that one as it's taken away from him, and Gorman dumps it in for the ECC Cats. And Brennan looks to start the breakout, but his pass doesn't connect. ECC keeping it in. Bianco dumping it deep into the offensive zone, then he heads off for a change. Now the Bengals have a little bit of room to start their breakout, and it's going to be Brennan in behind the net. Brennan up to Branca, his pass intercepted by Murray. Branca again with a chance to get it into the neutral zone, finally finds Gosen, and now Gosen brings it into the offensive end. That's a shot go that hits a skate and goes wide. Lotempio chips it in behind the net. And now the Bengals doing a good job with the cycle work here. Pass comes right out in front as Branca just couldn't quite handle that one on the dot. Isaac Murray in the neutral zone tries to drop a pass there. Hits a skate of a Buff State player. And now Ryan Kelly starts the breakout up to Branca on the far side, but good pressure there from Murray. Murray in behind the net looking for a pass, drops it down low into the offensive zone. As ECC now working the cycle play, comes back to the point, shot through traffic, hits a body and goes wide, shot right off the backboards, and then Isaac Murray quickly in on goal, but a good pad save by A.J. White. Allen's turnaround shot doesn't get through traffic, but he's got the puck on his stick inside the circle. That shot doesn't get through. There were a couple bodies in front, but Allen has it yet again in the offensive zone. His pass comes back to the point now, and setting it up there is going to be Regent. Regent down low is ECC with a good bit of time here in the offensive zone. Puck in the corner now as Allen brings it out, tries to feed that pass out in front, hits a skate. Allen has it again. His shot gets blocked on the way through. And now Kelly looks to try to get the puck out of the zone for Buff State. He's got two different men on him, though. And Allen's pass comes out in front, but Branca intercepts that one.
Ooh.
And now here comes John Glasgow through the neutral zone. Glasgow coming in one-on-one, lets the shot go, looking for that top corner. Just barely missed as it rang off the glass behind the net. Glasgow feeds that pass out in front. Shot taken by Sardina, hit the goaltender in the mask, then came sliding across the crease, and then finally out of danger, but still kept in the offensive zone for a moment, as it looks like the ECC goaltender might have a mask issue. Play continues in the Buff State end, however, as a penalty is being taken here from the Buff State Bengals. And now an opportunity to get the sixth skater on the ice as the goaltender vacates his net, but the Bengals touch it up, and that will result in the penalty call with 3:47 to go here in the first, and it's going to be ECC going to the power play first in this contest.
That almost felt kind of inevitable right there, Aaron. ECC had the Bengals hemmed in their own end for the better part of 2 minutes right there. Bengals either were out of gas or just caught flat-footed right there, and that always leads to a goal or a penalty. So Bengals, granted, we say this every game, their penalty kill is about as lethal as their power play with scoring, but you still got to be responsible in your own end.
So it looks like it's Adam Brennan that took the penalty there in the box, number 88 for the Buff State Bengals, but they get the clear right off the faceoff, send it the length of the ice, and that'll force ECC to come back in the other direction. Minute 50 now remaining in the ECC power play as Bielkowski starts the breakout. Puck comes out to the near side where Jacob Allen has it now. Allen into the offensive zone, slowing it down, trying to set something up there, but his pass doesn't connect. Ryan Hahn then clearing it the length of the ice.
He held that for a second. Hunt's on a breakaway.
Ends up being a solid clearing play, and Hunt putting some pressure on in the offensive zone as there's now a minute 29 in the Buff State penalty. Puck comes up the near side. Good passing through the neutral zone for ECC, and it's a 2-on-1 developing here. Isaac Murray brings it in, rips that snapshot, beats A.J. White on the far side, and it's going to be the ECC Cats getting on the board first. It's a power play goal by Isaac Murray, and the Cats have the 1-0 lead.
I'm not really sure what the Bengals were doing right there, Aaron. They had three guys on the offensive side of center ice, shorthanded. Once that pass gets through, they're in 2-on-1. Ryan Hahn has too much ice to cover. He takes the pass away, but Isaac Murray had all day to pick that corner, and he's been shooting hard today. This time he hits his spot, and the Cats take a 1-0 lead.
Isaac Murray is the leading scorer of the ECC Cats. That is his 7th goal of the season, or at least his 7th recorded goal of the season. Their stats only account for 4 of their 8 games played this season. So Isaac Murray adding at least his 7th goal of the season. And now ECC looking to keep it in the offensive zone. Jeff Hyde, though, coming out, crosses blue line into the neutral zone, gets taken down here at the red line. Getting some much-needed help, though, from Alex Militello to keep the puck moving and keep that from being a quick counter play for ECC. 2:38 now remaining here in the first period of play. It's a 1-0 lead for ECC as Buff State again tries that long breakout pass. Doesn't connect, and it ends up all the way down in ECC territory and will again go for icing. So Buff State will have to deal with a defensive zone draw here with 2:24 remaining in the first period.
Bengals need to try some D-to-D pass in your shorter passes. ECC is just sitting on that long pass. It hasn't been there. And the more they try it, the more turnovers they're going to cause. They really need to try to either skate it if they can, but like we saw with Jeff Hyde, if you're the last man back and you feel back pressure, you got to get rid of that puck, and he did. And luckily, Militello was on his horse and picked up the puck before ECC could go in, but Bengals are just not able to get out of their own way right now.
Puck comes right out in front again. Could have been a nice opportunity in front, but Jozwiak unable to handle that. Still bounced around in the crease there for a moment before White was able to throw the glove on top of it. So a couple of tense moments there as ECC has taken the lead in this game with a little bit more than 2 minutes in the first period. It is the 3-4-1 ECC Cats leading the 8-2 Buffalo State Bengals, as we've got ourselves a little bit of drama building here already at the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Brett Sardina finding a loose puck. Now we have an opportunity through the neutral zone. Glasgow into the offensive end, fires that slap shot. Pad save made by the goaltender Winarski. Glasgow keeping it moving in the offensive zone. Rupert with a point-blank opportunity from the mid-slot, and a great save made on that play by Winarski. It looked like he actually made two of them as the second opportunity was batted out of the air. It looked like by Sardina, as the Bengals looking to quickly come back after the ECC goal.
That was some impressive movement front to lateral right there. The goaltender comes out to challenge the shot from Rupert, gets his shoulder on, and then when it goes to his side, he's able to push back and glove the tip-in attempt from Sardina. So, I mean, two really great saves there by the Cats goaltender.
Rupert right out in front. Great setup there for Glasgow, and Glasgow hammers it home. Great offensive play there in the offensive zone as Anton Rupert set that one up from in behind the net, surveyed things perfectly, and fed it right on the tape to number 11, and Glasgow made no mistake. It's a 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, how many times have we seen Evgeny Kuznetsov send that to either TJ Oshie or Alex Ovechkin? Rupert circles around on his forehand and is looking backdoor. That's where everybody on ECC goes, including the goaltender, and then he throws a behind-the-back pass to the short side where Glasgow, who's got an absolute bomb attached to his stick, just hammers it into the open net. We have a tie game.
Glasgow looking for another one, gets around the defenseman in front of the net, makes the move, but just couldn't quite beat the goaltender in the end. Great setup there as Glasgow looking for his second goal in under 10 seconds.
Oh, I wasted the Mickey Mouse holler on that too. I'm kind of mad now.
Isaac Murray getting control of that for ECC, getting it through the neutral zone, but his pass doesn't connect to the blue line. Now Buff State looking to counter. Sardina into the offensive zone. Sardina's got Rupert in front of the net. Rupert on the backhand. Couldn't beat Winarski on that opportunity as he was in too tight to get that shot past him. Shot taken from the point, gets deflected wide. Now a shot from behind the net. Sardina banks it in off the goaltender's pad. It's 2-1 Buff State as the Bengals strike with exactly a minute to go in the first period.
The spark has been lit, Aaron, and Brett Sardina, he's been all over the ice. If you can't score from point-blank range, shoot from behind the net. Apparently that's how it works. And again, Sardina, who's been all over the ice for the Bengals, picks up the puck. I don't know if he was shooting it or trying to put a pass there, but no matter what it is, puck hits the goaltender, who was kind of trying to slide to his post, ends up in the back of the net, and the Bengals pop off two in a minute. And they're going to look to get it. I know for a fact they're going to try to push to get a third one, to put their boot on the neck early in this game.
It looked intentional from my perspective. It looked like he saw the goaltender a little bit off of his post, and he decided he was just going to try to bank it off of him and see how it went. It worked out perfectly for Sardina, and he gives the Bengals the 2-1 lead with less than a minute to go here in the first period. Puck comes through the neutral zone and into ECC territory. Back after it is Bielkowski. He had pressure on from Hunt, managed to get it away from him, and now it's Ianco in the neutral zone. Across the Buff State blue line, makes a move around Hyde, has it on his backhand but loses control of it. Hyde bumps him there in the corner. The puck comes ringing around the boards and onto the near side. It's going to be kept in by ECC as Kinsman makes a play there along the hash marks. Kinsman has the puck on his stick with 21 seconds now remaining in the period. Kinsman still making things move there in the offensive zone, gets knocked down but still finds possession of it. Finally, Zach Schultz taking it off his stick with just 12 seconds left in the first. Hunt through the neutral zone. His pass doesn't connect to Guerrera. Now ECC looking to counter quickly with under 5 to go. Ryan Hahn making a good defensive play there just at the top of the circle, and he'll hang on to it for the end of the first period. And an interesting first period for certain. The teams kind of traded some punches throughout the first 3 quarters of the period, with neither team finding the back of the net, as a lot of difficulty was being seen on both teams in terms of moving the puck up ice cleanly. It was ECC that managed to strike first on the power play, but Buff State coming right back quickly, getting 2 goals within a minute, making this a 2-1 score after 1 period of play.
Yeah, Buff State had a bit of a rocky start to this game. The passing wasn't crisp. They did get caught running around, and then of course they took a penalty after being hemmed in their own end for a good couple minutes, which ultimately led to a goal. But it seemed right after that goal, minus a scramble in front of the net, the Bengals kicked it into gear, were all over, got 2 goals, 1 pretty goal, 1 ugly goal. Doesn't matter how they look as long as they go in. Bengals take a 2-1 lead going into the second period.
And that's exactly how the first period ended. It was the 2-1 Buffalo State College lead on goals from Anton Rupert. Sorry about that, as we have a little bit of technical issues here on our with our broadcast, but we get things settled down here as we take a break here at the end of first period play. Our score right now, it's 2-1 Buff State after 20 minutes. Support for Buffalo State College Club Hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 856-2872 or militello.com. Our coverage is brought to you by Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. If you're traveling to Canada, PCR COVID tests are available at Ivy Lee with a quick 1-hour turnaround. Ivy Lee is at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore or ivyleepharmacy.com. This broadcast brought to you by Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first, helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. Supporters include the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store, with everyday low prices on a great selection of wines and spirits. Hurdle Parker Liquor Store on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. Supporters also include the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. NarchisLaw.com. This broadcast is brought to you by 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition. Order online from the 8 Western New York locations for pickup or delivery. Find out more information at 95nutrition.com. And our coverage is brought to you by Envious Gameware, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State College Club Hockey, making high-end custom team uniforms, bags, and apparel. Online, enviousgameware.com. We're going to step away now for the intermission, but we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Stay tuned. welcome back inside the Buffalo State Ice Arena as we are getting set for second period play between the Buff State Bengals and the Erie County Community College Cats. It is a 2-1 score after 20 minutes of play with Buff State in the lead. Hello, my name is Aaron Elper, and joined on the call tonight by Sean McHugh. And Sean, after 20 minutes of play, it was certainly a little bit of a feeling out process in there in that first period, and then there was a lot of activity late.
Yeah, this was a bit of a rocky start for both teams. Passing wasn't crisp at all. Then ECC got after it early. They did have great zone time for several straight minutes, then getting a power play goal. Then Buff State was woken up by that, and they popped in two in the last little bit of the period to take a 2-1 lead heading into this. And now we've set some drama going into the second period.
As we are underway here in period number 2, the puck inside the ECC zone. Turnover created there by Joe Lotempio. Lotempio's spinning pass out in front just doesn't connect with Gosen, as the Bengals looking for the first opportunity here of period number 2. Through the neutral zone, it's Region into Buff State territory, chips it into the far corner and goes chasing after it himself. Slides a pass behind the net to Ianco. Ianco again back behind the net. He's got Region there again. That pass comes out in front, but nobody really looking for it. Comes to the point, though, and that shot quickly in on goal. Pad save had to be made there by A.J. White. Gorman coming up with that loose puck along his own blue line, getting up to the Buff State blue line. Big hit there by Ryan Miller along the Buff State blue line, forcing a turnover, allowing Buff State to clear it back into the neutral zone. Along his own blue line, it's Kinsman. Kinsman feeds it across the ice. He's got Ianco there, and Ianco goes up ice. Now into the offensive zone, it's Shenfield. Shenfield gets it deep into the offensive zone, where he takes a hit in the far corner from Miller. Now a turnover created by Anton Rupert in behind the net. Now Rupert has some room to carry it out of the zone. Rupert through the neutral zone, takes a hack on his stick there, but the puck is dumped in by the Bengals' Branca. And putting some pressure on here on the near side, it's going to be Rupert. The defenseman having a little bit of difficulty handling the puck there. And that forces a turnover. Sardina down low to Rupert. Rupert looking for Sardina in front. Just couldn't quite get that one past the goaltender, as that opportunity created very nicely there off a give-and-go play from Sardina and Rupert. Rupert has the puck on his stick again along the Buff State blue line, gathers some speed and carries it through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end now, looking for a pass back to Sardina. Sardina makes a move to get free into the slot, rips that shot past the goaltender. Brett Sardina with his second of the game. It's 3-1 Buff State.
Brett Sardina showing great patience right there as he hits the brakes, drives by the ECC defenseman, holds the puck, waits for his opportunity because he had all day, and just rips it low glove side on the goaltender, and the Bengals open up a 3-1 lead early in the second period.
Brett Sardina had the last goal that the Buff State Bengals scored in their previous game, the game winner with under 5 seconds to go against St. Bonaventure. He's got 2 here in just a little bit over a period of play. Number 53, Brett Sardina, as he's looking for more. Drops a pass into the slot. Glasgow there just barely loses control of it late, as the Buff State Bengals doing a very good job of starting this period off quickly. Jeff Hyde losing his balance there in the neutral zone just in front of the Buff State blue line. No danger out of that, though, as it comes into the offensive zone, and Glasgow's the first one to it. Glasgow carries it around behind the net, setting up there on the far side. Nice hit there by Sardina up against the far wall, as the Bengals keep it in with Ryan Hahn at the point. Puck comes out to the near side. Now Jeff Hyde keeps it moving in the offensive zone. Gets it to Rupert. Rupert carrying it around behind the net. He's got Glasgow there, but he keeps a hold of it. Fires a cross-ice pass to Sardina. Sardina fires that shot from the dot. Good stick save made by the goaltender, as Winarski had to be sharp on that one. Sardina looking for his third of the game. Puck comes into the neutral zone, 17:25 now to go in the second period. Ryan Hahn carries it into the offensive zone. His pass is a skate. Then it comes into the neutral zone. Here's going to be a chance for Isaac Murray. Murray gets around Hyde. He's got it in alone. Onto the backhand. Nice. What a great move as he beat A.J. White with that backhand move. The ECC Cats quickly striking back. It's a 3-2 hockey game on the second goal of the game by number 18, Isaac Murray.
Yeah, 218's getting a race for the puck right there, and Isaac Murray just has a lot more speed than Jeff Hyde does right there. It gets by him. It gets by him quick enough where he can make his move. A.J. White was showing poke check the entire way right there, and just went right around it and slid it into the net. So good response there by ECC after the Bengals get an early one.
And ECC getting it into the offensive zone quickly as well. As the puck comes around behind the net, Jeff, as it's cleared out in the neutral zone, it's going to be Elliot Hunt now with some speed, gets around the defenseman. Hunt in alone, hit into the backhand. He just couldn't keep control of that puck to get that one past the goaltender. Had him beat, just couldn't maintain possession of that puck. Shot comes from the point. Ryan Kelly ripping that one in on net, handled in the midsection of the goaltender. And it's going to be held on to by Winarski, and we'll have a face-off coming up deep in the ECC zone with 16:51 now remaining in the second period. And period number 2 has picked up right where period number 1 left off.
Yeah, and the Bengals were not put back on their heels by that goal at all. Right off the draw, coming with a breakaway, and then another set play right here. So Bengals want that goal back.
Puck comes bouncing along the blue line. Ryan Kelly unable to keep it in the zone and has to drop pass back to Adam Brennan at his own blue line. Bengals countering quickly, though. 3-on-2 developing. Hunt into the offensive zone. Tried to make a move around the defenseman. Ended up losing control of it. Could have been a nice 3-on-2 there if he would have looked to maybe set up a pass. Perhaps slowed it down a little bit and realized that he had Guerrera and Schultz there coming in with him. Puck comes into the neutral zone, carried out by Bicina. Bicina into the offensive zone for ECC, but a good defensive play by Adam Brennan to poke that one off of his stick. Puck comes out in front of the Buff State bench. A little bit of difficulty handling it there, but it's settled down by Brennan. Just barely offsides are the Bengals there. Would have been an odd man opportunity if it didn't go in offsides. And we'll have a stoppage in play at the 16-minute mark here of period number 2. It's a 3-2 lead for the Buff State Bengals.
Yeah, and we've had an entertaining first 5 minutes, and there's still 58 seconds left in the first 5 minutes. So, I mean, I expect some fireworks for at least this second period. Maybe if the game gets out of hand one way, it'll be a calm third. But right now, I mean, teams are going back and forth, exchanging chances right now.
Big hit there at the ECC blue line as McFadden takes a hit there, but gets it into the offensive zone. Puck comes now out into the neutral zone. Ryan Miller setting it up there. Miller across to Hussey. As Buff State now looking to start their breakout. That pass doesn't connect with Militello in the neutral zone. Now a bouncing puck at the Buff State blue line. Settled down here by Cole Newman, who just retreats back into his zone. Then his pass is intercepted by Ianco right in the neutral zone. Has to wait a moment for a teammate to clear. And now they bring it into the offensive zone. As a couple of hits laid there in the mid-slot. Taking that punishment was number 11, Jack Kinsman.
Sure did.
Rejoins the play after taking 2 hits. And now here come the ECC Cats into the offensive zone. That shot taken from distance by Shenfield. Handled by the glove hand of A.J. White. And White hangs on for a whistle with 15-13 now remaining here in an entertaining second period so far.
Yeah, Jack Kinsman got hit twice in half a second right there and popped right back up, showing some toughness right there. Here's the thing, Aaron, there's a lot of transition in this game, but the teams are not afraid to throw their shoulders into the other's chest. So there's a lot going on in this game, which is really fun to see.
Isaac Murray shot right off that face-off, hits a stick and goes wide, but he has it again on his stick, fires that one in on net. Looked like A.J. White got the pad on that one, keeping it from that far corner. Nice pass up by Branca. He's got Gosen in the offensive zone. Gosen makes a move around the defenseman. Can't quite maintain possession of it in order to get a shot off, but he holds onto it long enough to get it back to the point. Ryan Hahn's shot goes just wide. Clearing attempt by ECC, doesn't connect, and it's fired in on goal by Hyde. And easily handled by the goaltender, but Buff State putting some pressure on here in the offensive zone. That pass doesn't connect, and now here comes Isaac Murray through the neutral zone. Murray into the offensive end, makes a move to get free, but then takes a big bump there in the slot. Still managed to help his team get a shot in on goal there. Good save made by White as Ryan Hahn laid the big hit there in the defensive zone. Bengals now starting up ice. Branca unable to handle that pass. It comes back out into the neutral zone. Joe Lotempio sends it back deep for the Bengals. And starting the breakout is going to be Bielkowski. Bielkowski's pass is behind Allen. Then it ends up on the stick of Ryan Hahn. Hahn has plenty of time to figure out what he wants to do just inside of his own blue line. Banks it off the boards. Just can't quite connect with Rupert at the far blue line, but Rupert has it now after taking that pass from Sardina. Rupert deep into the offensive zone, spins to get away from 2 different ECC Cats. And now it's going to be Sardina carrying it out from behind the goal line. Shot there by Glasgow, right off the crossbar and post, right where they meet. Then a quick turnaround shot taken by Sardina right in on goal. If I'm the ECC Cats, I am making sure I am very concerned when this line comes on the ice. They have been dynamite for the Bengals tonight.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Aaron. I mean, this line has just been just on the attack the entire game. When they're out there generating chances, playing physical, and again, I mean, they're 2 posts away from having 5 goals already.
Glasgow now with control of the puck deep in the offensive zone. And Rupert now spins out from behind the net, fires a shot in on goal. Stick save made by the goaltender there. But the Bengals have it again. Right out in front.
Oh,
what a great
God.
defensive play as Haken Logan got over there to get the stick in the way of Sardina. Sardina had an empty net to shoot at if Logan didn't make that play. Bengals, though, still keeping it moving in the offensive zone. Kelly on the far side. His pass doesn't get through traffic. Now he's battling for a loose puck in the far corner. Sardina helping him out as well. 2 different Cats in there, but they can't come out with the puck. Sardina has it, trying to find a pass there in front of the net. Feeds it along the far boards. The shot's taken quickly in on net by Kelly. Puck Comes back to the point. Rupert lets that shot go. It's deflected wide into the near corner. Clearing attempt by ECC comes out the far side. Now Bengals keeping it in. Kelly lets that shot go, sitting there in front of the net. Dangerous there for a moment. Comes across then, and Rupert had
Jumped
it just
on him.
roll on him there at the end. He had a wide open cage to fire it at. Just couldn't quite get it to settle down, and the shot went up over the cage. That ended up setting up an opportunity for ECC just to clear the zone. Smart play on their part there, as they had a lot of pressure in their end at the 12:41 mark of the second period. Bengals looking for that fourth goal here of this game.
Bengals need to just keep doing what they're doing right now. They're getting every look they want. They're just, the great defensive play on one, rolling puck on another, and some goaltending. But the Bengals are just doing pretty much whatever they want on offense right now, and they need to keep that up.
Miller's got possession of it. He gets a pass across, and then Guerrera's pass came into the slot. Unable to handle that one was Hahn, but Hussey keeps it in.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that was a close play there as Hussey went up into the air to play the puck with the hand.
You're saying he closed his hand on it? That's a penalty if it is.
No, I think they're saying that he didn't play it first and that another Buff State player did. I believe that's what the Bengals were arguing about on the play there, but either way, the faceoff will be coming up here in the neutral zone right below our broadcast position with 12:26 to go in period 2.
It's not like that whistle stopped a great scoring chance, so I can see where the ref's coming from here, but here's a chance.
This might be an opportunity for the Bengals. Hunt taking that shot. Looked like it got through the beginning of the pad of the goaltender there, but Winarski still managed to keep the back of the pad down. It didn't get all the way through. Managed to hang on, keep a second opportunity there, and now we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone for the Bengals with 12:17 in the second.
When you see the goalie start to spin like a top like that, it's when they don't know where the puck is, and they're just trying to keep it from going through them. Really good hard shot by Elliott Hunt. Good goaltending again by Winarski. He's been very, very good tonight.
Puck at the ECC blue line. Fed up ice. Ianco dumps it into the offensive zone for ECC. It's going to be Hussey there in the near corner. Feeds it up to Guerrera on the far side. Guerrera quickly up ice. He's got Schultz there. Schultz gets rubbed off of that puck, and it's intercepted here on the near side by Ryan Miller. Miller into the offensive zone with the drop pass there for Guerrera. He ends up drawing a penalty on the play and taking a big hit here in the offensive zone, as the penalty call was signaled by the back official, and now we're going to have a conversation between the two officials in regards to this contact that has Ryan Miller slowly getting to his skates.
Yeah, he's up, so that's a good sign. Ryan Miller's as tough as they come, so he'll play through anything. If he could play on a severed leg, he would. So he's favoring, it looks like he's favoring his shoulder or his elbow, but he is up and he's upright. He doesn't need any help, so I think he might have just got stung or had the wind knocked out of him.
We'll have to wait and see exactly what the penalty call here, as the two officials, the two referees are still discussing it. They've called the linesman over here now, and they're right below our broadcast position having an in-depth conversation about what the penalty call is going to be on this play. So we finally have one of the referees skating over to the scoring box.
There's 3 cats on the ice.
There's a fourth one over there.
Oh, he's in the net. All right, that conversation.
We'll just have to figure out exactly what the call here is, but this one could be one of those, is it a 2, is it a 5, and the 5 goes up on the board.
All right, so it is a major, okay.
And it's a big opportunity now for the Buff State Bengals, as with 11:47 to go in period number 2, they get a 5-minute major, a 5-minute man advantage, as penalty taken by number 8, Carson Kolb. And it looks like Kolb's going to be shown the gate as well.
Yeah, they're tossing them. That's the new thing with USA Hockey, it looks like. Shots to the head or shots from behind. If they're 5, they're a game.
And now the referee's having that discussion with the ECC bench. And, yep, that is the call. Number 8, Carson Kolb, being shown the gate, being sent to the dressing room. His night is over early.
That's unfortunate.
Here about midway through the second period.
He doesn't love it.
No, obviously doesn't. Nobody ever likes getting kicked out of a game, no matter what the circumstances are. And now they'll have to kill off a 5-minute major, will the ECC Cats, as we have a pivotal moment here in the game now. It's a 3-2 Buff State lead, a little less than 12 minutes to go in the second period, and the Bengals now get to camp out on the power play, a 5-minute man advantage here for the Buffalo State power play, which comes in succeeding on 17 of their 45 man advantages this season. It's a 38% success rate for the Bengals. A very, very good rate on the power play, as the Bengals now have 5 minutes to work with the man advantage.
You divide that number in half, it's still respectable.
Exactly. Into the offensive zone, it's going to be Anton Rupert. Rupert makes a move around one man, had it right on his stick in the slot, just couldn't quite get that backhand shot low enough to get it underneath the crossbar. Came up over the net, looked like it hit the runway that overhangs the behind the net areas in the offensive zone. Faceoff will be coming up deep in the offensive zone for the Bengals with just 22 seconds gone in the major penalty.
If the puck weighed an ounce more, Anton Rupert would have 2 goals in this period. That's twice one's rolled on him right as he's about to put one in.
Scramble off the draw, unable to keep it in there is Mike Guerrero on the far point, but he chases it down in the neutral zone and looks to survey and start a pass up ice. Bouncing puck settled down by Sardina, and he carries it in across the blue line, circles there at the top of the circle, and looks to set up the power play. Sardina feeding that pass down low to Schultz. Schultz gets it back to the point to Ryan Hahn. Hahn goes cross ice to Guerrero, quickly back across to Rupert here on the near side. Now Rupert starting it again. Drops that pass for Sardina. Some good quick one-touch passing from the Bengals, but an opportunity to clear kept in as Ryan Hahn slid in from his point position. Sardina there at the hash marks, feeds it down low to Rupert. Rupert in behind the net now. Rupert looking for that pass in front, just slides it along to Sardina, who's at the top of the circle here with 3:50 to go in the major penalty. Back down low to Schultz, and the Bengals doing a good job here at keeping it possessed here in the offensive zone. Even that pass that bounced there a little bit, Hahn managed to settle it down and keep the passing moving. Down low to Schultz, and Schultz brings it out of the corner, looking for a shot or a pass, feeds it along to Rupert, then back in front of the net, and it just slowly rolled to the goaltender Winarski, and he put the glove hand on top of it to stop play with 3:34 in the major penalty.
Bengals having some success moving the puck as well, playing the below the line to the point game, looking to get the defenseman moving and find a crease for a streaker to come down in front of the net. A minute and a half gone, but the Bengals have had the puck pretty much the entire time, only with one clear by ECC. So they're going to look to continue that pressure right here.
Elliott Hunt with the puck in the bottom of the circle, feeds it back to the point to Kelly. Kelly back to Hunt. Hunt carries it in, lets the shot go. Bouncing puck there in front. Good save made by Winarski on the first one. And then the defenseman did a good job of clearing it out of danger. Back to the midpoint. Big slap shot taken by Ryan Kelly. Right into the midsection of the goaltender Winarski. He hangs on to that one. And he's done a good job of keeping his team from giving up a goal so far here on this power play. But the Bengals are certainly threatening.
Yes, and the more offensive zone face-off the Bengals get, the more in sync they get. That's been a pattern. As long as they keep the offensive possession and don't have to retreat, they're usually good at moving the puck and getting the shots they want. They've been doing that at even strength all game, so now they have a power play and a long one to work that as well.
Bengals unable to win the draw, but they're keeping it moving in the offensive zone, and now have come up with the puck and back to the point to Glasgow. Glasgow along the far point, walks it across the blue line, lets that shot go, bounces in front off the goaltender's pad, then comes out to the near side where Ryan Kelly picks it up. Gets it down low to Joe Lotempio. Lotempio back to Kelly at the near point. Lotempio now has it again, fires that shot in on goal. It was deflected there by Cole Newman, just got deflected wide as he was looking for that near post. Far side, it's Glasgow looking for that cross-ice pass. Good defensive play by Ianco, unable to get it out of the zone now. And now some numbers for the Bengals. Hunt carries it in, lets that hard snapshot go as the seas parted for him there. And he had a wide open look from right just outside of the hash marks. Goaltender stood up to the challenge. Winarski making that stop, and I think Hunt might want to have that shot back. Chance to redo that one.
Yeah, he missed his target right there, and he knows it. As soon as he let that shot go, he looked down because he put it right into the goaltender's chest. But great play by Elliott Hunt, as that was almost a breakaway going the other way for the Cats, and Hunt hounds the guy down, gets the puck, and then creates a scoring chance for himself.
Bengals again don't win the faceoff, but they find possession of it right off of the draw.
We got a man down
here on the near side. It's Sardina. Sardina down low to Rupert. Rupert back to the point to Ryan Hahn. Hahn comes back to Rupert with it. Rupert then feeds it down low. He's got Sardina along the goal line, a man on him, but Sardina manages to get it away from him and then pick it up again here in the near corner. Back behind the net, Anton Rupert on the far side, playing catch there with Sardina down below the goal line. Sardina now camped out from behind the net, tries to feed that one in front to Schultz. That one was intercepted by the goaltender who put his stick out there to keep that pass from getting through. And then finally ECC does manage to get it clear with 1:50 to go in the major penalty. A.J. White quickly up ice as he's got Sardina there along the blue line, but that one doesn't connect on the cross-ice pass. And now having to regroup in the neutral zone is going to be Ryan Hahn. Hahn moves it ahead. Sardina that pass was in his skates a little bit, and just a little bit behind him, so we're going to have a stoppage on the offsides call. Minute 37 remaining here in the Bengals major penalty, or major power play rather.
It's been a good power play in terms of possession. Goaltender's been on his game, keeping it up, but the Bengals are getting plenty of shots and plenty of chances. They just got to bury one here to extend their lead.
like to see maybe a little bit more high-quality chances being created as they're moving the puck around nicely, just haven't really moved it around to get the defense moving and second-guessing and leaning in the wrong direction. That puck comes out, and now an opportunity as that pass banked off the skate. Had a defenseman leaning in the wrong direction on that play, but just couldn't quite get that pass on the tape. Puck comes back down into the Buff State end now. Ryan Hahn will have to battle against one player there to start the power play breakout. He does manage to get possession of it. Now it's up to Rupert, who has plenty of room up the far side. Rupert into the offensive zone, ships it around behind the defenseman, now chases it down and circles the net. Back to the point, he's got Guerrera, but Guerrera has it bounce over his stick, and he has to chase it back down into the neutral zone as the defenseman there fell down on the play, and the Bengals looking to come into the offensive zone with some speed. Rupert goes cross-ice, but a good defensive play to keep that pass from connecting with Guerrera. Guerrera looking for a pass there, and that one's intercepted on its way through. Isaac Murray clears the zone. 35 seconds now remaining in this major penalty to ECC. They have just 30 seconds now to go to kill off the entire 5-minute penalty. Through the neutral zone, it's John Glasgow. Glasgow gets it over the blue line, fires it right in on goal, into the midsection of the goaltender, so that forces an offensive zone draw for the Bengals in the last 20 seconds of the man advantage.
That's not a bad play by Glasgow either. There's not much coming his way, and ECC sitting back in his zone, so he fires one on net, and they're going to get an offensive zone faceoff, so have a better chance to get started without ECC hounding their back check. So yeah, I don't hate that at all for the Bengals. I think that's a smart play, actually.
Yeah, but the only thing that's negative there is it gave the ECC defenseman a chance to change. Shot comes there from the point from Glasgow. That looked like it hit a body in front and then was sitting there just outside of the crease for a moment. A little bit of a dangerous play there from the ECC perspective. Now a dangerous play from a Buff State perspective as A.J. White tried to feed a pass to start the breakout there.
Someone jumped it. It wasn't whoever that hit. It wasn't for them. They was trying to send it to center ice.
Yeah, that was a
miscommunication.
Yeah, miscommunication there as, again, the Bengals trying for the longer passes.
It was there that time, too. That's the worst part. The one time it's there and their own guy gets in the way.
Well, a little bit of miscommunication, and turnover of the puck ended up happening there. And the result of it is going to be a tripping penalty to Cole Newman. So the last 5 seconds of the major will be played 4-on-4, and then for a minute 55, the Bengals will have the advantage.
That's unfortunate, too. Bengals miss on an opportunity and then immediately after give ECC a chance to tie the game. This is a big penalty kill for the Bengals, and they're going to send Elliot Hunt out there to hound them, but the Bengals got beat trying to be a little too offensive on that penalty kill. Got to play some defense here to keep this game, to keep their lead.
All right, so we have a conversation there at the scorer's box to make sure all the proper times and numbers are up on the scoreboard for the penalty. And just as that gets sorted away here, we'll take a moment and remind you that our coverage is brought to you by Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. Seems we are about ready to get started again here, as I'm not sure they have the exact times up there properly on the board, but there were 5 seconds remaining in the ECC penalty, and now the 2-minute penalty being up there for Cole Newman. But the Bengals finding possession of it right off the faceoff. The puck is cleared the length of the ice, no icing, as the penalty kill had gotten underway before Brennan sent it the length of the ice. So now ECC will set up behind their net and get another chance in the power play. They scored a power play goal in the first period. Ianco in the offensive zone. Has a little bit of room here on the near side, but two different Bengals quickly on him. Gets it back to the point. Shots taken there, redirected late, but it goes just wide, as getting a stick on that was Eric Duma. Definitely changed directions quite a bit, going toward that far post, and then ended up going just wide of the near post.
Yeah, that's on net. That's big trouble.
Joe Lotempio putting some pressure on in the offensive zone here as the Bengals continue to kill off this penalty. A minute 14 in the Bengals penalty. The offensive zone now, it's Kinsman for the Cats. Loses control of it there. Good defensive play by Adam Brennan. Now in behind the Bengals net, Brennan battling against 3 different ECC players. ECC manages to settle it down and start their power play. Ianco tries the cross move.
He almost got it.
He had it up on the stick as he was looking for that Michigan goal from behind the net. Didn't quite connect on it, but the Bengals certainly need to be careful of him behind the net to keep that sort of play from connecting again.
And if he does that again, he better be ready to take a hit, because now the defensemen are going to be ready to smack him if he tries that again. But gotta love it. I love it when players have the courage and the audacity to try that.
And now the puck comes back as ECC still has their power play going. Shot taken from the near point by Jacob Allen. That one goes just wide, but the Cats keep it moving in the offensive zone with 21 seconds in their power play. And behind the net, it's Ianco. He feeds that pass in front. He's got a man right there. Shot taken from point-blank range. Jack Kinsman maybe just a little bit too tight to pick his spot where he wanted to shoot that puck, but it still needed to be a quality save from A.J. White to keep this one a 3-2 hockey game.
Really, really, really good strength on the puck by Jack Kinsman as well. He fought through 2 stick checks, which, I mean, the Bengals didn't have a chance to get the body on him because the pass came out so quick. Still got a shot on, but White tight to his post and his butterfly was slammed shut. Nothing to shoot at there.
ECC winning control right off the face-off, but it's going to be Ryan Miller with a chance to clear it. He takes advantage of that, banking it off the far glass and all the way back into the ECC zone. And that should just about kill off the remaining seconds here of the penalty. As Cole Newman rejoins the play, there's a loose puck into the offensive zone. Newman just overskated it before he was unable to come up with that one. Bengals, though, quickly countering. Here comes Brank into the offensive zone, feeds that pass in front. Quick redirection shot by Newman, goes just wide of the far post. Ryan Miller keeping it in at the far blue line, takes a hit into his bench, and the puck comes into the neutral zone, and a good play by Ryan Hahn to keep Murray from getting in alone. Shot taken from a hard angle, then a big hit afterwards.
That's charging. I don't know what he was doing there.
There's going to be a penalty called here against Ryan Miller as both Miller and an ECC player are down here in the near corner.
Not necessary at all.
Now, Sean, you got a better view of that one than I did. It looked like Shenfield let that shot go well before the hit came in from Ryan Miller, as the 2 players are both slow to get to their feet here at the 4:20 mark of period number 2. And I'll certainly be interested to see what the call here is on this play, as you have the linesman over there tending to both players. Trainer sliding out onto the ice to see if either one needs some assistance. And now we have a conference between the officials as they try to determine what they're calling here in this play.
That wasn't good. I mean, I don't know what Miller was doing. I mean, he took about 5 or 6 strides at full speed and absolutely destroyed his man. And the puck had been stopped and covered before Miller made contact. I mean, yeah, he's getting tossed, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they end up tossing him here, based on the fact that they had that long conference there.
Not necessary. It was, I mean, the hit's fine, but
well, maybe not, actually. Miller is getting into the penalty box. After the conference there, I was ready for the ejection call to come up.
I mean, I thought that was as or more egregious than the play that had the cat that had
the ECC player.
Yeah, Carson Culp. Yeah, but
well,
it's a major.
It is a major. So, but it's not a game misconduct. It's just the 5-minute major against Ryan Miller, but he gets to stay in the game after serving this 5-minute major. So ECC killed off their major earlier on this period, and now they get an opportunity with a 5-minute power play. As I mentioned, they scored a power play goal in the first period. It's a big moment here in the game for the Buff State Bengals, as they're going to need to kill off this penalty to maintain their 3-2 lead. Puck in behind the net as ECC setting up their power play. It's Isaac Murray along the hash marks. Gets it back to the point as it's going to be settled down there. Some passes being made. Bielkowski here at the top of the point. Gets it across to Kinsman. Kinsman quickly across to Allen. His shot in on net. Redirected late as Ianco was right there by the doorstep. Looked like his deflection went up and out of play, but the faceoff will stay in the offensive zone for ECC, with now 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the major penalty to Miller.
ECC is going to look to possess this puck and grind these defensemen down, because the Bengals are down a defenseman and they have 5 minutes, and so I think their eyes are on more than just tying this game.
Puck comes out to the point, kept in by Allen. Allen settles it down and gets the pass down low to Ianco. Ianco along the goal line, looking for a pass there, just slowing things down, skips a pass and gets it to the point to Allen. Allen walks it across the blue line, then feeds a pass across. Shot taken there. Stick save made on the Kinsman shot by White. Would have been going wide anyway, but ECC maintaining possession in the offensive zone. Cross-ice pass there is intercepted before it gets to Murray. Murray does find possession of it. Now he's got a cross-ice pass and a wide-open look in front of the net.
Held it too long.
One too many passes, it looked like, as Kinsman was trying to get it back to the far side. And now the Bengals into the offensive zone here as Rupert gets taken down. There's going to be a penalty coming up here. The back official making that call. The Bengals still have the puck here in the far corner in the offensive zone. So at least for 2 minutes in the middle of the major penalty, we're going to play 4-on-4 between the Cats and Bengals, as Anton Rupert getting the puck into the offensive zone on the penalty kill. Made a good move around the defenseman and then drew the penalty. So now with 3:31 in the Miller major, 2 minutes goes up on the board for number 9, Jake Allen, and we'll play 4-on-4 as we are just under 3 minutes to go in the second period.
Anton Rupert, being the great skater that he is, drew that penalty. He came in not soft, but kind of at like that examining what's around you speed, and then pumped the brakes, and Allen in a panic just took his legs out.
Chance there for Hunt as he had the puck just in the mid-slot. Got knocked off of it, but the Bengals keep it moving in the offensive zone. Guerrera can't get it away from one man, but it comes out to the far side where Kelly keeps it in. Kelly floats a shot in towards the net, doesn't get through, and now it's going to be the UCC Cats coming through the neutral zone. That pass doesn't connect as Kelly settles it down in the far corner of his own zone. Feeds it across to Brennan, and Brennan starts it up ice. Brennan looking cross ice for Hunt. Icing waved off on that play as it slid past the ECC defenseman. Hunt now putting some pressure on the offensive end. But breaking it out of there is going to be Hacken Logan. Logan gets it up ice and carrying it into the offensive zone. Now it's going to be Duma. Duma drops a pass. Shot taken through traffic. That was a dangerous looking shot as Bicena fed it there through two different bodies. Went just wide in the end.
Nice reverse hit there by Guerrera, too.
Yeah, Guerrera laying that hit on the ECC player and starting up ice under 2 minutes to go in the period. Guerrera into the offensive zone, lets that shot go. Banks it off the post. Now dangerous puck sitting right there in front. Guerrera couldn't quite get back in front of the net.
I've never
to get a
seen
second
that
opportunity.
before.
Guerrera ends up getting knocked down as Region lays a good hit on him on the near corner as the teams continue to play 4-on-4.
I don't think I've ever seen Guerrera get dropped like that before, Aaron.
Puck into the offensive zone for ECC now as they look to set something up here. Shot taken from in low and a great look. Jack Kinsman fires it up top, caught A.J. White leaning on the pass, and he fired it up top, making this a 3-3 hockey game. ECC has gotten themselves a goal playing 4-on-4.
Yeah, that was really great patience there by Kinsman. He got Adam Brennan kind of panicking. He was trying to play the pass, then play the man, laid him down. Then A.J. White just kind of dropped and left the top of the net open, and Kinsman put it right under the bar. The Bengals have mistaked themselves into blowing another multi-goal lead late in the second period, so we're set up for some drama here, Aaron.
Something about the last 10 minutes of the second period in this Bengals team lately. They've built some leads at this part of the game, and instead of being able to comfortably grow those leads or to continue with the lead, they've given up some goals here in the second half of the second period. That's what happened against both Central Florida and last week against St. Bonaventure. They're looking to answer for that now as Glasgow tried to carry that puck out in front of the net as the teams continue to play 4-on-4. Ryan Hahn has it in the near corner. His pass doesn't connect with Glasgow in front. Now an opportunity to pick it up and start the breakout for Brombus. Brombus gets it up the near side. Carrying it into the offensive zone is going to be Gorman. Can't get it past Hussey, though. Yes, it's going to be Isaac Murray coming in to keep it in the offensive zone. Hussey, though, looking for a long pass. Banks it off the boards. He's got Glasgow in the offensive zone. Glasgow feeds it out in front. Just couldn't quite get it to Lotempio before the defenseman Brombus got a stick in there. It's going to be Glasgow in the corner, steps around one defenseman, can't beat the second one, and that allows ECC to start their breakout up the far side, but Ryan Hahn keeping it in, firing a shot that just misses the far post. Lotempio keeping it in the offensive zone. He takes a hit, but gets it in behind the net with 30 seconds now remaining in the second period. Puck comes through the neutral zone, deflected on ahead by Murray, and chasing it down in the far corner is Alex Hussey. Hussey's pass doesn't connect, and now it's going to be an opportunity for Allen. Allen feeds that pass out in front. He's got a man right there, but a shot taken goes just wide by Kinsman as Kinsman was looking for his second goal in the last couple moments. Puck is deflected and comes down low, and now we have a stoppage here.
That's fortunate for the Bengals.
Looks like we might have a net off the moorings there in the Bengals zone. And it looked like A.J. White was also down on the play as he's slowly getting back to his skates. Seems to be okay, though. We're going to have a face-off coming up here in the Buff State zone with 6 seconds remaining here in the second period. Buff State is still killing off that major penalty. 46 seconds remaining in the major to Ryan Miller. So Bengals still need to be careful here in these last 6 seconds and change of the second period. Remember that they are killing a penalty here.
Yes, this is important, too. You do not want to give ECC an opportunity, and Militello wins it, so that's good. So the Bengals can get out of here and regroup for an exciting third period.
Well, we've got ourselves a 3-3 hockey game after 2 periods of play. The Bengals built themselves a lead here, but ECC has fought back. 2 goals each in this game for Brett Sardina and for Isaac Murray. And we've got ourselves a 3-3 hockey game after 40 minutes of play. As Sean said, it's setting up to be a pretty exciting third period.
Absolutely. I mean, the Bengals got the 2-goal lead early on the Brett Sardina goal, and then 2 really nice goals there by ECC. To give credit where it's due, But the Bengals made a lot of mistakes. They did that. They did what they've been doing the last little while, almost feeling like complacent, trying the cool moves and the, wall-to-wall passes for one-timers. Did miss some opportunities, did run into a hot goaltender. But the Bengals have to come out swinging in this third period because ECC is not going to be on their heels.
Support for Buffalo State College Club hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 856-2872 or militello.com. Our coverage is brought to you by Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. If you're traveling to Canada, PCR COVID tests are available at Ivy Lee with a quick 1-hour turnaround. Ivy Lee is at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore or ivyleepharmacy.com. This broadcast brought to you by Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. Supporters include the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store, with everyday low prices on a great selection of wines and spirits. The Hurdle Parker Liquor Store on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. Supporters also include the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. NarchisLaw.com. This broadcast is brought to you by 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition. Order online from the 8 Western New York locations for pickup or delivery. Find out more information at 95nutrition.com. And our coverage is brought to you by Envious Gameware, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State College Club hockey, making high-end custom team uniforms, bags, and apparel. Online, enviousgameware.com. We're going to step away now for the intermission, but we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the Buffalo State Ice Arena as we get ready for third period play between the Buff State Bengals and the Erie Community College Cats. It is a 3-3 hockey game after 40 minutes of play, and we're excited to see what third period play brings us here tonight. Hello, my name is Aaron Elpern, joined in the call tonight by Sean McHugh, camera operator Evan Kumpf, as we get ready for the third period of play. And as this third period starts, Sean, the Bengals still have a little bit of time remaining of a major penalty to kill off.
Yes, and the period did not end the way the Bengals likely wanted it to, giving up a multi-goal lead again in the second period. Bengals have to kill this penalty and then look to get at least 2 or 3 goals in this period. They got to get out of here with this win. This is an important game. They have a huge opportunity to do themselves some major favors in the national rankings, but unfortunately, there has been some great play by ECC, but the Bengals have been their own worst enemy since they scored that third goal. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can shake that off and finish strong here.
Yeah, what we had here is in the first period is actually ECC taking the lead right off the hop, getting a power play goal. Actually, it was more in the second half of the first period. ECC got the game's first goal, and then the Bengals scored twice within a period of 40 seconds to jump back out in front by a 2-1 count. It was Brett Sardina making it a 3-1 count early on in period number 2. But the last 2 goals of the game were scored by the ECC Cats, and we've got ourselves a 3-3 hockey game. 20 minutes left to go here from the Buff State Ice Arena, and we're underway as the ECC Cats start this period with 35 seconds remaining on a power play. Puck comes out the near side as Alex Militello keeps it in the offensive zone, killing off a little bit more time here in this penalty. Zach Schultz now pinning it against the boards to kill off even more time on the penalty of Buff State. Ianco looking to carry it out, makes a cross-ice pass. He's got Kinsman on the far side, carrying it across the blue line. Kinsman getting wide into the offensive zone, looking to set up the power play with 10 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Kinsman stops here at the near point, feeds it back down low to Ianco. Ianco back to the point to Allen. His shot through traffic goes well wide of the net, but Ianco gets it to Kinsman, and ECC keeps it going in the offensive end. Ianco turnaround pass comes through the slot, cleared out of danger, but it comes to the near point, kept in by Allen, and then sent back down low where Brennan has 2 different men on him. Isaac Murray feeding it behind the net as the Cats keep it in the offensive zone, but picking it up there is going to be Adam Brennan as Brennan takes a shot to the head. You can see his head kind of snap back there, but there was no call on the play. Brennan now has the puck in behind his own net, a minute into period number 3, as the puck comes through the neutral zone and onto an ECC stick as they regroup and set up their breakout. That pass doesn't connect. John Glasgow intercepting it, carrying into the offensive zone, tries to make a cross-ice pass to Anton Rupert, but that one doesn't connect. And now numbers for the Cats as they come in. Murray lets a shot go. Pad save made by A.J. White. Bengals looking to quickly counter it up ice, but that pass goes off the stick of John Glasgow. And then in behind the ECC net, Allen picking it up there and starting the breakout for the Cats. Cross-ice pass doesn't connect with Gorman, ends up behind the Buff State net. No icing on that play, as Anton Rupert banks it off behind the backboards, and that starts the breakout up to Glasgow here on the near side, but he's got 2 different Cats on him. ECC keeping it deep in the offensive zone with a little bit more than 18 minutes to go here in the third period, as Jeff Hyde tries to carry it out of his own zone, gets stopped at the blue line, but gets a little bit of second help from Rupert. Now it's Glasgow in the offensive end. Glasgow trying to get it down low to Rupert, but he's got a couple different Cats on him. A little bit of help from Sardina, as the Bengals do manage to keep it here in the offensive zone. Glasgow coming in towards the net, gets it in behind the defenseman, but Rupert unable to find that loose puck in front of the net, as now it's ECC trying to break it out on the far side. Brian Gorman across the red line, takes a hit as he dumps it in. Ryan Hahn picks it up in behind his own net, starts the breakout, sends it into the neutral zone. The pass is deflected as it heads into ECC territory, and they look to start their breakout with Regent. Regent drops it along. Ianco has it, feeds a cross-ice pass, a little bit dangerous across his own zone, but it connects into the neutral zone, and Jozwiak takes it into the offensive end and loses control of it where Guerrero starts away. Guerrero up to Schultz. Schultz just can't handle that as he had 2 different defensemen quickly in on him. As we hit the 17-minute mark of the third period, Zach Schultz down low, feeds a pass out in front. Nobody there but white jerseys as the ECC Cats cleared to the corner and out of danger. Long clearing play now through the neutral zone, all the way back to Buff State territory. Ref ruling that Alex Hussey had a chance to play that one, so offside, or icing rather, is waved off. And ECC doing a good job of keeping it in the offensive zone. Pass comes out the far side into the neutral zone, off the stick of Ryan Miller. Miller has it again. He feeds it up to Schultz. Schultz got Miller going again as he's streaking up the far side. That pass was deflected, though, even though Miller had a couple of steps on people there going into the offensive end. Puck comes back to the point. Elliott Hunt covering the point there, keeps it in. Puck gets rimmed around the boards onto the near side now. Ianco starts it up there. Ianco's pass doesn't connect in the neutral zone as Duma tried to get that one. That pass doesn't connect there to Elliott Hunt along the red line. And now it's going to be a chance for the Cats to dump it into the offensive zone, right in on goal as Haken Logan fired that shot, floating in towards the goaltender White. White sets it up for his defenseman, and the Bengals tried that long stretch pass through the neutral zone again, but that one doesn't connect. And now dangerously in front of the net. Almost disaster there for the Bengals defense, as a little bit sloppy with the passing coming out of the zone, and then sloppy in terms of defensive zone coverage right after the turnover. There's an opportunity right in front of the net for ECC. Luckily, though, it didn't manage to find the back of the net, and we'll have a face-off in the Buff State zone with 15:48 to go in the third. Face-off is won by ECC, but that shot is blocked as it comes through. Good play there by Colin Branca. ECC keeping it going, though, in the offensive zone. Just not able to keep that pass in the zone, though, was Bromdas. ECC sends it deep down into the Bengals zone now. Starting the breakout, it's going to be Kelly. Kelly up to Gosen, but doesn't get a whole lot on that pass.
I have not seen this Bengals team struggle passing like this ever. This is odd.
Whether it's short passes or long passes, they're struggling to connect. There's another one that doesn't connect on the first attempt, and now they're just trying to find a loose puck just along the ECC blue line. Gosen can't get it away from the defenseman, but now a dangerous play there by the ECC Cat defenseman as he almost lost it right there in the high slot. Does manage to clear it out of danger, get it to the Buff State blue line. Good play there by Brennan to keep the ECC player from getting in behind him with the puck. But it's going to be Allen with the puck on his stick here in the neutral zone as the Cats look to counter quickly. Allen along the red line has a little bit of room to maneuver, gets wide on one Bengal player and carries it into the offensive zone. He takes a hard angle shot that hits the side of the net, and now Branca has it in the far corner. A little bit of a risky pass there, but that one does connect with Joe Lotempio. As Lotempio carries it through the neutral zone into the offensive end, but he takes two different hits there and loses control of it. But managing to keep that in the offensive zone was Adam Brennan, pinching in from his left point position. Carrying it out of the zone now for ECC is Bielkowski. Gets it deep into the Buff State end, and he's battling now with Adam Brennan for that loose puck. Brennan gets it along to the far side, and he's got Anton Rupert starting the breakout. Rupert to Sardina. Sardina looking for that long pass to Glasgow. Doesn't connect. Good defensive play there by Jacob Allen. And the Cats send it back into the Buff State territory. Maybe starting to frustrate the Bengals a little bit here, getting in those passing lanes and keeping those long passes from connecting.
I mean, that hasn't been there all night, and they just keep going. I mean, look at how they're set up right now. Like, they're all over it.
Again, with
then they can't. And then when they catch it, then when they get it, they don't control it.
Yeah, it was just a deflection into the offensive zone. As this is actually the best Buff State line so far tonight, as they do manage to create a loose puck and get it deep in the offensive zone. Rupert looking to create something here in the far corner. He's got Sardina over there helping him. Rupert gets away from two different men, feeds it into the slot to Glasgow. Glasgow lets the shot go. Just a soft one there in on net, and not a difficult save there by the goaltender Winarski, as maybe just a little bit of hesitation there from number 11 cost him a good scoring opportunity.
Which is weird, because one thing Glasgow's never ever late on is a chance to shoot a puck, but good look there by the.
So in that case.
Yep. Yeah. No, this has just been a weird game for the Bengals. Good offensive pressure. Maybe get some momentum going, get some looks here, because ECC's just been taking their long pass and just throwing it back at the Bengals. Can't get any zone time.
Bengals do win a draw here in the offensive zone. That shot coming in from the point from Ryan Hahn. There was a rebound there briefly, but it was covered up by Winarski before there was a second opportunity for the Bengals. So with 13:25 to go here in the third period, we'll have another face-off coming up in the offensive zone for Buff State. Goaltender Winarski adjusting some equipment, so we have a little bit of a delay, but it appears we're ready to go now, and it's going to be Rupert and Murray on for the draw. Murray, who has 2 goals for the ECC Cats, winning that draw, allowing ECC to get it out of the zone. Player losing his stick, though, as he tried to carry it out. That allows Buff State to get it back into the offensive zone. Sardina in the slot now, making some moves to get free of defenders. Feeds it down low to Rupert.
Boy,
the two of them set up that play down low, as it comes back to the point now. Hahn chips it down low. He's got Rupert there. Rupert out from the goal line, tries to take that shot as he drove in towards the front of the net. Looked like it might have hit the side of the net, or the goaltender Winarski got a pad on it. But now there's going to be some opportunity for ECC. As bringing it in is Allen. Gets a pass across, and a great save. As coming in on the play was Colin Region. A.J. White making maybe his best save so far of the evening. ECC still keeping that pressure on. Shot taken by Murray. Got that pass from Allen right in the low slot. Shot right in on goal, and a pad save by Allen. Cats keeping it going. A backhand shot in on net, and another pad save by A.J. White. Sardina in the far corner, battling for possession. He's got two different men on him. ECC keeping it in. Shot coming in from the point. Doesn't get through traffic. ECC keeping it going on a quick shot on net by Gorman, and a good pad and stick save by A.J. White. Back down low. Allen with it along the goal line, feeds it in front of the net in the air, doesn't connect, and that allows Ryan Hahn a moment to settle it down, just floats it into the neutral zone, and that's not going to be enough time for the Bengals to change. They still do try to get that change in there, as bringing into the offensive end was Region. Bumped off of that line towards the net by Hahn as it comes out in front. Ianco's shot, though, doesn't get through. Ianco, the second opportunity, that shot does get through, and a blocker save by White, as the Bengals can't get it out of their zone right now. Ianco down low, Ryan Hahn on him. Hahn's been out there for a while on this shift. As it comes out, it's going to be Guerrero turning the puck over at the blue line as well. Bouncing puck down low, an opportunity for ECC, but that spinning shot by Duma went just wide. Cats keeping it in. Kinsman in behind the net. He's got Duma there. But the Bengals getting control of that one and clearing it only as far as the blue line. Guerrero couldn't get it past the defenseman, and the Cats keep it going. Kinsman down low, takes a bump from Hahn that allows Hussey to come in to help, but Hussey's pass doesn't get through, and now Duma keeping it in, back to the point. Logan looking for a shot there, just misplayed the puck and had to retreat into the neutral zone, as that's a big break for the Bengals to allow them one more change here.
Well, they can get the puck.
As they are now down below their own goal line, struggling to get those passes connected, and another pass long through the neutral zone doesn't connect, and it's all the way into ECC territory, but no icing on this play, as we are under the 11-minute mark in the third period. Loose puck picked up by Jack Kinsman, has two different Bengals on him, manages to avoid them on the first attempt, but then the Bengals do manage to get into the offensive zone. They have to clear out of the zone, as they were ruled to be just offsides. A little bit of time and space for the Cats to break it out. That pass doesn't connect, though. Looking to quickly counter, it's Miller up to Guerrero. Guerrero over the blue line, tries to feed a pass into the high slot. Good defensive play by the Cats to get into that passing lane. They can't clear it past the blue line, as jumping in to make a good play there is Ryan Miller. Miller now in front of the net has a chance, but jumping out on the play is the goaltender, making that save, but down low in front. Another opportunity, as Guerrero had that puck right on his stick, and he fed that pass right across the goal mouth. He had Schultz there wide open on the doorstep. Schultz just couldn't quite get that one-timer in on net. He had the whole right side of the net to shoot at. Unfortunately, shot it back to the left side, where the goalie was sliding back across to make the save.
Best offensive series for the Bengals, and it came out halfway through the period, but Michael Guerrero, he has had a little bit of difficulty with the puck for a lot of this game, but right there, showing his strength and stick handling, fights off a defenseman and then gets the puck to the front for a great scoring opportunity.
Bengals win the draw, but Guerrero can't get a shot in on goal. Now a loose puck on the far side. Hunt unable to find it and get control of it. Now the Cats break it out. Pass is behind its intended target, Gorman, but he catches the pass in the offensive zone and now tries to set up some forecheck pressure, but Elliott Hunt breaking that pressure and getting it to Schultz. Schultz takes a big hit along the near side. It comes out to the ECC blue line. Bengals maybe with some numbers here. Newman bringing into the offensive zone, makes a move to get into the slot. Just can't maintain possession of it there to get a shot in on goal. Schultz now behind the net, out in front to Hunt. Hunt backhand shot, and a good save made by Winarski, as Elliott Hunt got a lot on that backhand from the doorstep. Puck just outside the Buff State zone here. Good play by Adam Brennan to step up and make a play there. Now it's Zach Schultz carrying into the offensive end, lets a shot go, but that goes slowly just wide. And now Cole Newman hunts it down in the far corner. 9:20 to go in the third period as the Bengals are trying to put some pressure on here in the offensive zone. Picking it up there is Bielkowski. He can't clear it past Ryan Kelly. Kelly dumps it down low. A couple of Bengals in there trying to find possession of that one, but it's going to be ECC coming out with it. Ianco across his own blue line. Ianco gains the red line, takes a bump there as he gets it into the Buff State blue line. And now it's deep in the Buff State zone, and McFadden starting to break out. Gets it to Brennan. Brennan banks it off the boards and sends it up the far side, kept in there by Brombus, and sent down low where Ianco picks it up for the Cats. Ianco carrying it out of the corner now, backhand pass to the far point, shot taken there. That doesn't get through traffic as it deflected off a skate and then went into the far corner. And there is Kinsman to keep the pressure going. Gets it to Ianco. Ianco's pass out in front, hits a stick, and then ends up in the far corner yet again. 8:30 now to go in the third period as Ianco tries that wraparound attempt. Not exactly sure if A.J. White knew where that puck was after the shot came in on him, but he did manage to have it in his equipment and covered up for a whistle. 8:29 now left in the third period as we've got ourselves a very close hockey game here. It's a 3-3 score between the Cats and Bengals.
Bengals need to do a better job in their own end, skate into those loose pucks as well. The ECC has been winning all the loose puck battles. That's how the dirty goals are scored, and that's what might win this game. So the Bengals really got to make sure they start getting into these loose pucks and getting out of their zone. Right now, they're losing these board battles.
Yeah, there's a clearing attempt that doesn't connect here on the near side. Now it's on the far side. We'll see if the Bengals can manage to get it out of the zone there. It comes back to the near side, and they look to start the breakout yet again. Bengals again making that long stretch pass through the neutral zone, hoping to get a foot race there for it. It was a close one, just barely being won by the ECC player. So that's going to be another icing against the Bengals, as these long stretch passes that Buff State continues to try to employ in this game simply haven't been working
at all.
The times that they have, it's been less than 10% of the time. And maybe they're going to have to start looking at making shorter passes in order to start breaking it out of their zone.
ECC is setting up their forecheck. They're just waiting for that pass to miss its mark, and they're trying to jump it. They've had it before. I mean, Buffalo State's got to do a better job, because you just can't be hemmed in your own end like this for a length of time, especially in the third period of a tie game.
There was a rebound opportunity in front of the net as a rare rebound came off the pads of A.J. White. Did manage to be cleared out of danger before there was a second chance, but the Cats getting that pressure going in the offensive zone. Out in front, Allen setting up Murray. Murray shot right in on White. White making that stop. Puck cleared through the neutral zone.
Sir.
That one could have been an icing call. It went right under the stick of the ECC defenseman. He was 10 feet away from it and still called that one an icing. So we'll have a face-off then coming back into the Buff State territory. 7:34 to go here in the third period. We've got a lot of drama setting up here in the last 7.5 minutes, Sean.
Yes, we do. And Buff State, they are on their heels right now. Their ECC is starting to, there's some consequence now to them not hitting these passes right now. ECC's pressuring the defenseman because they can't get it out. Here's how you break it out.
They do manage to break it out of the zone after the first long clearing pass doesn't connect. Pass there comes into the slot, just not on Branca's stick, and it comes back into the neutral zone. Buff State looking to regroup now. 7:15 to go in the third period. Long pass up to Joe Lotempio, plays it ahead with his skate. That ends up with ECC possession, and here come the Cats with Kinsman. Kinsman across the blue line. He's got Brennan on him. Brennan knocks him to the ice, and Joe Lotempio slides in to start the breakout up the far side. He's got Sardina there.
If Kinsman wasn't trying a Brian Campbell spinorama right there, Brennan gets nailed for a trip, I think.
Sardina taking a big hit there in the neutral zone, but he gets it deep into the offensive end. Nobody in there for Buff State, though, and it's a clear lane out of the zone for Bielkowski. Bielkowski into the offensive end for ECC, but he loses that one there to Rupert. Rupert just blindly throws it up the boards and turns over possession of the Cats again. Puck on the far side. Kelly with a step on it there. Chips it up to Sardina. Sardina with speed through the neutral zone. Sardina brings it in across the blue line. Lets that shot go. Gets through the goaltender, but then squirts out just wide into the near corner. Sardina had a lot on that one. The goaltender certainly wasn't sure where it was afterwards. Big shot coming in from the point. Adam Brennan deflected by Sardina in front, up and out of play. And that's going to result in a faceoff coming up and a stoppage with 6:18 to go in the third period. It's still a 3-3 hockey game, as there's been a lot of tension building up here in this third period. Both teams have had some opportunities on the doorstep, though neither team able to get one in. There's a dangerous play there as the Bengals lucky to avoid a breakaway there as Ianco got deep into the offensive zone.
AJ can't get a grip on his stick. They got to press that.
Adam Brennan gets taken down behind the plate looking for a call. Finally gets to his skates and rejoins the play. No penalty obviously called on that one. Shot comes in from the point, hits a skate and goes just wide. Anton Rupert picking it up, sends it through the neutral zone, just taking that clearing play yet again.
Okay, good.
They get a break here as Brombus could have played that puck, so no icing call as the Cats start the breakout up the near side. A little bit of dangerous play there as they tried to play it with their skates, and now Sardina has it deep in the offensive zone. Sardina circles the net, looks for a pass, fires a shot. That one doesn't get through. Rupert, though, picking it up there on the far side. Cross-ice pass. He's got Brennan here on the near side. Brennan loads up that slap shot, but goes just wide, as it maybe looked like he lost the angle on that shot before he let it go. Anton Rupert with a good forecheck pressure going on here, as the Bengals still in the offensive zone. Back to the point to Brennan. Brennan gets that shot floating in towards the net, bouncing in a couple of different directions. Comes out to Rupert. Rupert down low. He's got Glasgow there. Back to Rupert. Now a bouncing puck, and it comes back to the point to Brennan. Brennan fans on it, but it comes right to Rupert. Rupert tries to get that shot in on goal, but a good defensive play to keep that from happening by Jacob Allen. Right at the 5-minute mark of the third period, Allen creating a turnover, and now it's maybe a 3-on-1 developing for the Cats. Allen lets the shot go. White gets just enough of it to keep it going into the net. Goes just wide. Pass comes out in front, deflected by a Bengal player, and then kicked into the neutral zone. And ECC quickly sending it back across the blue line. And a quick clearing pass right onto the blue line. Elliott Hunt just touches it along. Ends up as a deflection shot in on goal. And the goaltender, Winarski, has to make sure he was paying attention to things there, as he did get the gloves up there to hold on to that one and force a stoppage in play. We got 4:39 to go in the third period. It's a 3-3 hockey game. Plenty of drama setting up here for the last 4 minutes and a half.
If I'm Coach Turner here, I am getting the Sardina line out there for at least 2 more shifts in this game. They're the ones generating literally all the offense today.
Yeah, it's basically been a first line and then 3 third lines for the Bengals so far, as it is the Sardina line that has been doing all of the work in the offensive zone. Bengals now in their defensive zone here as puck comes along to the blue line. Bouncing puck, almost an odd man rush there for the Bengals, but a good defensive play by Region to keep that from happening. Region now just inside of his own blue line, sends it up from the far side, but Ryan Hahn quickly into the zone.
He's got to get out of the zone.
And he goes offsides. He had a player deep in the offensive zone. Didn't see him and continued on, and then played the puck, so we're going to have an offsides call. And the Bengals are going to be lucky if this doesn't end up back in their own zone on the intentional offsides.
They're lucky, because it should have been. I mean, Guerrera's got to get out of the zone faster. He was gliding out of the zone from the faceoff dot out.
Bengals trying to get a set play there off the draw. Comes across. Now Guerrera taking that shot. Pad save made as the Bengals quickly got an opportunity in on net. Second opportunity as Schultz fires that one in on goal. Puck on the far side now as ECC having trouble breaking it out. Comes back to the point. Hyde letting a shot go. Doesn't get through traffic. Now an opportunity in the other direction. Eric Duma. 2-on-1 setting up Duma, though, taking that quick shot instead of looking and surveying things. He had Kinsman in the slot. Just forgot to get that one in on net, or forgot to get that pass and look up and see what he had there. Ryan Hahn, though, sloppy turnover, and it results in a goal.
That was bound to happen eventually, Aaron. They've been beating themselves all game. They get lucky that ECC makes a mistake, then Ryan Hahn, careless with the puck, might as well have fed it to the man in front of the net, and with 3 minutes left, the Bengals are down.
And it's number 27.
That's just
Jeremy
bad.
Ianco, the one player you don't want to be turning the puck over to in the slot. He's been all over the ice tonight for the ECC Cats, and certainly a player that the Bengals have to keep an eye on when he's in the offensive zone. Bengals just turned the puck right over to him in the slot.
Well, they knew where he was. Well, it looks like they knew where he was, just they gave him the puck.
Very sloppy play by the Bengals in their own defensive zone. It's been the poor passing and the poor coverage in their own end, which has them in this 4-3 hole with 3.5 to go here in the third period.
And ECC is going to do what they've been doing, because now the Bengals have to look deep.
Quick turnaround shot as the player brought it in from behind the net. Isaac Murray looking to add to the ECC lead here, as the Bengals are really digging themselves a hole here in this game.
They have been their own worst enemy pretty much the entire game, Aaron.
Well, they have 3:14 to right the ship here, and they have their best line out there right now. This group has done great work. Glasgow, Sardina, and Rupert, and it's Glasgow coming into the offensive zone now. Glasgow lets that shot go right in on net. Rebound sitting there briefly. Sardina couldn't quite get to it. Good save made on the initial one by Winarski. Puck here at the near point. Good move by Kelly to get himself some room. Takes a shot. He had plenty of time to let that shot go as the defenseman retreated to give him that entire lane. Maybe still rushed it just a little bit. And a fairly easy save for Winarski. And with just under 3 minutes to go here, Winarski will have to deal with a faceoff coming up to his left in the Buff State offensive zone.
Glasgow wants that shot. I'm having flat. Oh, here it is.
Glasgow letting that shot go. Didn't quite get a whole lot on that one as he had a man right in his face.
You got to pressure him, guys.
Save was made, but ECC clearing the zone, sending it through the neutral zone.
What'd you do that for?
A.J. White coming out of his net inexplicably to play that puck. It would have been icing, but waved off when White played it. And it didn't result in anything bad initially, but Glasgow now has to carry it out of his own. 2:30 to go here in the third period as Glasgow gets it deep into the ECC territory. Glasgow in behind the net, circles, gets a pass back to the point. Kelly loads the slap shot up, it was going to go high and wide to the net, but the goalie threw the glove hand up there and caught it out of midair. Winarski just holds on for a whistle. Bengals making a change here as we have 2:21 now remaining in the third period.
Bengals getting the offensive zone faceoffs. I would give that line maybe 40 seconds of rest and get them back out there to finish the game. They've been generating all the offense.
ECC has a 4-3 lead here in this game. 2:15 to go in regulation as the Bengals have it in the offensive zone. Branca with that pass out in front doesn't connect to Lotempio. Gosen keeping it deep in the offensive zone. Shoveled out in front. Latempio tried to get that shot in on goal. Couldn't beat the goaltender, though. Now a slap shot taken from the point by Ryan Hahn off the blocker of the goaltender and up and out of play. 2:01 remaining in the third period. And the faceoff will be coming up deep in the ECC zone as the Cats are protecting their 4-3 lead.
And Captain Joe Latempio is going to take the faceoff. He's got Hahn and Miller on his points with Branca and Gosen on his wings. Looking to just keep shots on net. Latempio keeps winning them, so I keep him out there.
Latempio wins the draw. Shot from the point, redirection shot, and it gets past him. Colin Branca with a perfect redirection between his legs into the upper part of the net. The Bengals have tied it with under 2 minutes to go. It's a 4-4 hockey game.
Once again, late game heroics by the Bengals. Again, like right on the spot, Joel Latempio has been doing something the Bengals have struggled with. He's winning faceoffs. Again, the captain, the founder of the program, wins the puck back. They hold it. Hahn atones for his bad mistake earlier, holds the puck with patience, shoots it low, and the newcomer, Colin Branca, with an absolutely gorgeous tip to put it upstairs, and the Bengals have tied this game.
Well, we've got a little less than 2 minutes to go now as we are back to where we
Sardina.
started. It's a 4-4 game as the Bengals are looking to jump up into the play and make something happen. Puck along the blue line, lost by Ryan Hahn, sent into the ECC zone with 1:40 to go in regulation. Puck cleared through the neutral zone. Ryan Hahn starts it up ice to Elliot Hunt. Hunt gets it up to Guerrero. Guerrero into the offensive zone. 2-on-1 developing.
Nice
pass.
save.
Good kick save there as the goaltender got that pad out there to keep that pass from getting across. Bengals looking to counter, though. Schultz into the offensive end. Fires it into the far corner. Looking to set up some pressure there is Guerrero, but it's cleared into the neutral zone. Good defensive play by Haken Logan to relieve some of that pressure there. 1:15 to go here in the third period.
There it is.
Up into the neutral zone. Bengals finally connecting on that play. Guerrero in front, down low.
Shoot it, Mike.
Should have taken that shot, even though he had Elliot Hunt right there with him. Just tried one too many passes, and it didn't even result in a shot on goal. Here comes Ianco for ECC. Ianco tries to go around Adam Brennan, but great defense from number 88 there to keep that scoring opportunity from developing. Now Brennan has the puck on his stick, looking to carry it out of the zone.
They're tired. He's got something here.
Brennan takes it across the center red line, gets it into the offensive end, has it on his backhand, feeds it out in front, sitting there for Schultz and Guerrero, but neither one of them able to get that puck on their stick for long enough to get a shot in on goal. Guerrero picks up that loose puck. Now he has it with 36 seconds to go. Takes a hit along the top of the circle.
You got it
with a broken stick here.
Get it low.
And the Bengals managing to get possession of it.
Oh, my God.
But the puck ends up getting deflected up and out of play as the Bengals had the numbers advantage as the one ECC player had a broken stick in the defensive zone. And it could have been an opportunity to get something going, but just an unfortunate bounce as the puck comes up and out of play. So a little bit of a reset, though. 25 seconds remaining here in the third period. It's a 4-4 hockey game on the goal by Colin Branca.
Look who's out there, Aaron.
And the Bengals have their top line out here. Rupert, Glasgow, and Sardina. This line has been far and away their best line tonight. ECC winning the draw, but a good play on the far point by Adam Brennan to keep it in. Rupert now down low with possession. Rupert looking for a pass. He's got two men on him. Feeds it back out to the point. And Brennan's just his one-touch pass doesn't connect with Kelly. Kelly, though, does find possession, feeds it in front. Now a dangerous play developing here. Murray into the offensive zone. Murray's got Allen with him, slows it down, and then takes the shot. Good pad save as A.J. White had the opportunity to get that one with the pad on it, and the last-second save saves the Bengals literally as we end up here at the end of regulation time. The score is 4-4 after 3 periods of play. So we're going to need to play a little bit of extra hockey here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena, as 60 minutes, certainly not enough to decide this between the Buff State Bengals and the ECC Cats.
Bengals should consider themselves extremely fortunate to get out of here with the point. So far, to get to overtime. So I mean, shake it off. Use your speed, use your skill, get this win and get out of here. But having said that, don't do what you've done all game and play lightly against your opponent. They're on you right now, and they have guys that have been skating. So the Bengals have to be careful, but they got to go because they're running into a hot goaltender right now. So they got to be aggressive. They got to be smart. Those passes, those might be there in overtime, but got to be smart with it.
All right. So the rules for 3-on-3 overtime hockey. That is a 3-on-3 setup for 5 minutes. Teams will skate 3-on-3 here once we get restarted after 5 minutes. If it is not yet decided in the sudden death overtime, we then go to a shootout. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, and it's just settled in the 3-on-3 portion of play As we wait for the end of the intermission, support for Buffalo State Club Hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Our coverage also brought to you by Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. If you're traveling to Canada, PCR COVID tests available at Ivy Lee with a quick 1-hour turnaround. Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Our coverage also brought to you by Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. We love our town. Supporters also include the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store, with everyday low prices on a great selection of wines and spirits. The Hurdle Parker Liquor Store on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. This broadcast also brought to you by the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. And our supporters also include 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to lead a healthy lifestyle and reach your nutritional goals. More information, 95nutrition.com. So we still have some things to figure out in terms of the clock, and the officials having some conversations with both benches, and we appear to be ready to go here for overtime, as we are going to have 3-on-3 overtime here. 5 minutes. Where is that referee going?
I don't know. He just straight up left the ice.
Well, one of the two referees went and had some a message to send along to the ECC bench. There was a quick conversation at the scorer's box, and then the referee left the ice, and I'm guessing is heading back towards the referee's locker room. But,
yeah, I mean, the door's still open, too. He didn't close it behind him, so I think he intends to come back.
Well, we have a little bit of a delay here, and kind of get an idea of what each team is looking at in terms of their personnel to start this 3-on-3 overtime.
No surprise here for the Bengals.
The Bengals have the entire line of Rupert, Sardina, and Glasgow out there.
I imagine Glasgow's going to be the quote-unquote defenseman here.
Could be Sardina. Both of them can play both positions, and all three of the players know how to be defensively sound in their own zone.
Yeah, they're all great skaters, so as long as somebody is watching the back end, they'll be good here.
Out there for ECC, we have Allen as well as Isaac Murray. Tough to tell who that third player is, as I'm unable to read his number, but I'm thinking that is 23 or 28. It's 23. It's Colin Region, the defenseman out there for this group, as there's still plenty of discussion happening. Not exactly sure what the delay is for the one referee, but he has yet to come back onto the ice, as all the excitement and anticipation that was built up there at the end of the third period. Just going to have to put it on ice here for a moment.
Good one.
As we as we await the start of overtime here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. 60 minutes of play, not enough to solve things here between the Buff State Bengals and the ECC Cats. And we're going to have a 5-minute overtime coming up just as soon as the officials are ready for it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this too, because this is. I mean, we're going to see some guys that can really fly. I mean, granted, not just this line. I mean, assuming the game doesn't end in the first minute. I mean, we get to see Hunt and Hahn and Miller and those guys out there, and then of course Jeremy Ianco's not out there as well. So you got to think he's chomping at the bit. And the ECC looks like they were smart. They're trying to keep Ianco away from this line, so he can go out there against somebody else. I mean, right now this is the offense for Buff State right here, all three of them. So I think Buff State just wants to end this now.
All right, the other official has rejoined us, and we are ready to get started here for overtime as we get some free hockey here on a Thanksgiving weekend from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. ECC winning the draw off the hop, and it comes out to the near side. Quick turnaround pass, as not really connecting yet are the ECC Cats, but they do maintain possession. Allen gives it to Murray in their own zone. Murray with a long cross-ice pass. That one's intercepted by Rupert. Now the Bengals have possession. Let's see what they can do here in this 3-on-3. Anton Rupert circles in the neutral zone, brings it into the offensive zone. Now coming around behind the ECC net. He's got Allen on him. Rupert maintaining possession of it, though, and chipping a long pass back into the neutral zone. Glasgow retreating there, making sure that the Bengals maintain possession. Glasgow backs up into his own zone.
Send him.
Gets the pass there off the boards from Rupert. Now Glasgow has a little bit of room, but he just sends it back to Rupert in the neutral zone as Rupert starts it up ice. Rupert gets it in the offensive end, looking for something here on his offhand, circles the net, now looking for a pass there. Makes a good move to get free of the defender, feeds a pass back to Sardina at the point. Sardina Sardina goes across to Glasgow. Glasgow's got Rupert there in the slot just cutting through, but he slides it back to the point to Sardina. Sardina letting the shot go. That one hits a body, and now a breakaway opportunity for Allen. Just can't quite handle that pass, settle that puck down, just has to chase it into the far corner. Allen does have maintains possession of it here in the offensive zone, just up against the near boards, quickly out in front, looking for Murray there for the redirection shot. Doesn't quite connect. Murray has connection of it here, has collecting it here, as ECC making one change of its personnel. Murray circles, fires a shot in on goal, and A.J. White makes that save with the glove, but the rebound comes out into the corner. Isaac Murray again with it. Bengal defenseman leaves his feet. Dangerous play there as Murray had the wide open wraparound, just couldn't quite get it tight enough to the post. A.J. White making that save with the pad. And Bengals need to change here as these three have been out there for almost 2 full minutes.
Yep. Rupert's directing it. Okay, so we're getting
Rupert directing traffic. Carries it back into his own zone. Now he heads to the bench for a change as he gives it to Michael Guerrera. Guerrera along his own blue line with 3 minutes remaining in overtime. Guerrera carries it in over the blue line, now looking to make a move around the defender, gets it around behind the net. Now he tries that wraparound.
Got it.
Looked like it might have gotten a little bit of the net there. The back of the net popped up, but it didn't beat the goaltender, as now ECC has possession of it with Jack Kinsman. Kinsman carries it out of his own zone, sends it through the neutral zone into the offensive end to Ianco. Ianco makes a move and lets that shot go.
He's down
by A.J. White as the Bengals have the numbers here, as it's Elliot Hunt getting in behind the defense. Hunt into the offensive zone, lets the shot go, but it's wide of the net, and it clears out into the neutral zone, where Ryan Hahn gets to settle it down just inside of his own blue line. 2:25 now remaining in the overtime period, as Elliot Hunt has it just in front of the ECC bench. He's got a cap right on him, turns the puck over, now a foot race for that puck. Hunt unable to get a hold of that puck, but A.J. White bails him out, as the player right in front there for ECC, Jack Kinsman, had a great opportunity. A.J. White, though, getting the better of that opportunity, as a little bit of sloppy puck possession deep in the, or just inside the above state blue line, almost bit them there with 2:12 to go.
Here comes some speed right here with Militello.
Militello, Lotempio, and Ryan Kelly out there for the Bengals right now. But back in the neutral zone, it's Colin Region for the Cats. Region gets it across to Allen. Allen with a man on him. Joe Lotempio putting some pressure on here. Allen carries it across his own blue line, has some speed going through the neutral zone. Jacob Allen into the offensive zone, looking for that far corner. Shot it wide, high up over the net. Good play by Alex Militello to create a loose puck, but a better play by Allen to turn that puck over and get a shot quickly in on net. Duma trying to make something happen just inside the ECC blue line here. Allen with that puck chips it into the neutral zone, where his teammate's going to have to chase it down inside his own zone.
Watch out.
Region with that puck sends a pass up ice. That one should be icing, and it is called.
I would get the line out there.
The referees were making sure that they were paying attention there, as a errant pass almost ended up being missed as an icing there, but they did manage to make the call. And the Bengals getting some of their guns out there again, as we see Rupert and Sardina up front, and the defenseman number 22, Ryan Hahn, on the point right now.
Yeah, this is the matchup you want too, and not personnel, because they've been out there. So you got your best line, 2 of them fresh.
Big win there by Sardina as he wins that draw cleanly. Back to the point, it's Rupert. He's got a man on him, but he gets around him, feeds it to Hahn. Hahn back to Rupert here in the near corner. Rupert slowly skating it, now in behind the net, looking for something here. He's got Sardina at the point, slides it back to Sardina at the far point, and now back across the blue line. Rupert picks it up again. Rupert with a backhand pass in front. Sardina right there. Quick one-touch redirection shot, but a great save by Winarski to keep this game going. 1:06 now remaining in the overtime period, as it was Brett Sardina looking to end this game like he did 2 weeks ago.
Yep, and he's been the best player for the Bengals tonight with A.J. White. Great play, but a great goal, great save by the goaltender as well to keep this game tied.
ECC winning that draw. Ianco taking it away from Sardina, but the Bengals have possession of it here deep in the zone. Sardina now carries it out of the corner, gets it back to the point to Hahn. Hahn walking the blue line. He's got a man on him, but he gets away from him, takes it deep into the zone. Now Hahn circles the net with 50 seconds remaining in the overtime period. Ryan Hahn along the blue line has some speed there, tries to get a shot through traffic, but a good stick in there in that shooting lane from ECC to keep that shot from getting in on goal. Shot goes up and over the glass and out of play, so now 43 seconds remaining in the overtime period as we wait to see if either team can break this tie.
All it's going to take is a bounce to spring somebody, Aaron, and yep, both teams have their guns out there for it.
Kinsman with the puck for ECC, plenty of room to carry it out of his own zone up the near side. Kinsman carrying it in on Hahn. Hahn making a solid defensive play to knock him off of that one.
Oh, I thought he called a penalty.
But the net ends up being knocked off in the process. And so that's going to result in a face-off. I believe the referee signaled toward the neutral zone for the draw. Yes.
He did, because there was the ECC player that knocked the net off as he was getting rubbed out by Hahn.
So the face-off will be right below our broadcast position in the neutral zone, just outside the Buff State blue line. And it's going to be Kinsman and Hunt on the draw.
Here we go.
Bengals coming out with possession. It's a 2-on-1. Hunt and Guerrera. Hunt across to Guerrera. Guerrera wide open in alone.
Oh.
Great save made on the play by Winarski as Guerrera went to the backhand. Just couldn't get it up over the pad. Winarski saving the game for his team.
One shot. Here we go.
Much in the same way that A.J. White did at the end of regulation.
Here we go. Last shot for the Bengals. They can get one here.
Ryan Miller quickly up ice with 10 seconds to go. Cross ice pass. Hunt in the slot. Stops. Now looking for something. Cross ice to Guerrera. Guerrera doesn't have much time left.
Oh my God!
And Hunt just couldn't quite get that shot in on goal as Guerrera found him open in front. Just a little bit too much on it to handle it. And we're going to head to a shootout here as 65 minutes. Not going to be enough to settle things here between the ECC Cats and the Buffalo State Bengals.
I mean, that was exciting hockey right there for overtime. Breakaways, good shots, and then an empty. That was great hockey by the Bengals, but again, they've missed. That's the third time they've had an open net, and they just haven't been able to cash it in. So one of those nights for the Bengals. So now we're really going to see the fun stuff. So here comes the skill, and let's see who's got the better goaltender or the better shooters.
All right, so after the 3-on-3 overtime isn't enough to solve things, we head to the shootout. And I believe it is 3 shooters aside in the shootout. Not exactly positive of the rules here, but we will be heading to a shootout. So exciting one-on-one competition here as the referee is making some conversation, signaling to the benches, making sure each side knows the complete rules. And ECC looks like they'll have the first opportunity. And no surprise, they're sending out number 18, Isaac Murray. Murray with 2 goals already tonight as he'll look to get his team on the board here in the shootout.
Go.
Number 18, Isaac Murray bringing it in for ECC, the first shooter here in the shootout. Murray brings it in on the forehand to the backhand. A.J. White goes for the poke check, doesn't get it. And Isaac Murray beats him on the backhand, and ECC gets the first goal of the shootout.
Yeah, poke check hasn't worked for A.J. White at all today, and Murray with a really nice patient move slides it under him. So now Guerrera gets a chance. He was stoned on a breakaway. Let's see if he can get one in the shootout.
Michael Guerrera now with the opportunity to even things up here in the shootout. Guerrera brings it slowly in the offensive zone. Fakes, lets a shot go. Save made by Winarski. And ECC has the 1-0 lead after 1 shooter aside.
Yeah, pressure's on here. They really need a save from White, and it's going to be Kinsman, who also has scored tonight, coming in on a nice. He scored on a breakaway tonight also. Well, a rush.
Jack Kinsman, number 11. The opportunity to give his team a 2-0 lead here in the shootout. Kinsman slowly through the slot, and he looked to beat A.J. White up high.
Goodness.
He did get it off the crossbar. It came out, hit White in the pad, and then trickles over the line. It's a 2-0 lead as Jack Kinsman beats A.J. White with the second shootout attempt. And number 11, John Glasgow, is going to be needed to answer it for Buff State.
This is it. I mean, Bengals have done everything they can to lose this game. They got to keep it alive now.
Number 11, John Glasgow, bringing the puck in now. Brings it in towards his backhand side, cuts in towards the slot, feeds it through the goal. Goalie's 5-hole. Great move there by John Glasgow to get the Bengals' first goal here in the shootout.
And no surprise here, it's Jeremy Ianco, who's one of the best players the ECC's got with a chance to win the game. And A.J. White, they're going to need a save from him here.
Number 27, Jeremy Ianco. He scored the 4th goal of the game for the Cats. And now he'll get a chance here in the shootout. Ianco in on goal, makes a move to the backhand, and he beats A.J. White upstairs. And that's going to do it here. The ECC Cats
celebrate with your teammates, bud.
Have won it in a shootout by a score of 5-4. Jeremy Ianco making the move, going to the backhand, and beating A.J. White to give ECC a big win here at the Buffalo State Ice Arena.
I mean, I'm going to be that guy for 5 seconds. He's off celebrating in the corner by himself while his teammates are at center ice, but maybe I'm salty. But Bengals, I hate to say this, Aaron, they deserve to lose this game. They made mistakes. They weren't passing well. They didn't learn from what was working. They were lucky to get into overtime with this game. Just mistakes, poor defense, and ECC comes in and beats them in a game where the Bengals had a lot of control, but today, they didn't play their best game, and they got beat because of it.
Final score ends up being 5-4 in a shootout in favor of the ECC Cats, coming in here and stunning the Buff State Bengals. Certainly the Bengals had to have been figured as the favorite coming into this game with an 8-2 record. ECC coming in with a 3-4-1 record, but the ECC Cats got the better of this game, and they certainly deserve to come out of here with a win today.
Yes, they did. They cashed in their opportunities. They got some stellar goaltending as well today, and they found a formula to slow down this high-powered Buffalo State offense, and the formula worked to slow them down, and it even created opportunities to score. That was the difference in the game. If I'm Buff State, I am very glad I get to see these guys again shortly, because you got to think they know that they can play a better game against. They can play a better game, period, but this is a team that was doing something early and often, and the Bengals never, ever were wise to it. So you got to think they're going to look at this one and try to build on it. But that's a tough loss for the Bengals, but a great win for the ECC Cats.
Yeah, probably the win of the year for the ECC Cats so far, as they knock off the 8-2 Buffalo State Bengals, now 8-3 Buff State Bengals. Big shootout win here for the ECC Cats over the Bengals, as winning it there at the end was number 27, Jeremy Ianco. He had the fourth goal of the game for the Cats, and he scored the deciding goal here in the shootout to give his team the victory on road ice here at the Buffalo State Ice Arena. As Sean mentioned, these two teams play again next Saturday. It's a Saturday afternoon game at the Cheektowaga Town Rink. So an opportunity for the Bengals to exact a little bit of revenge against ECC, but one game coming up before that. It is a Thursday night game as we are here at the Buff State Ice Arena. 9:30 start. It is the Buff State Bengals and the Niagara County Community College Thunderwolves meeting for what has to be the 1100th time in their two programs' histories.
They better have their chin straps buckled for that one as well, because as we know, Niagara County may not always have the most skilled roster, but one thing Matt Oleski has those guys ready to do is throw their bodies, and they're going to come at Buff State hard, because we know the Thunderwolves, they get up for the Bengals. They circle those games with a really, really large pen. So Buffalo State, got to shake this one off and be ready to have a team that's going to try to punch them in the mouth on Thursday before they get another shot at these ECC Cats.
And the T-Wolves have that game circled for Thursday night.
Oh, yes.
Niagara County Community College undefeated and leading Tier 2 of the UNYCHL. This is an opportunity to test out their abilities against one of the better Tier 1 teams. And Buff State will be coming into that game off of a loss here to Erie County Community College. Support for Buffalo State College Club Hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Online, militello.com. Supporters also include Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. If you're traveling to Canada, PCR COVID tests available at Ivy Lee with a quick 1-hour turnaround. Ivy Lee, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or ivyleepharmacy.com. Our coverage is brought to you by Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. Our coverage is brought to you by Hurdle Parker Liquor Store. With everyday low prices on a great selection of wines and spirits, the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store can be found on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. This broadcast also brought to you by the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo, online, narchislaw.com. Our supporters also include 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition. Order online from 8 Western New York locations for pickup or delivery. More information, 95nutrition.com. And our coverage brought to you by Envious Gameware, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State College Club Hockey, making high-end custom team uniforms, bags, and apparel. Find them online, enviousgameware.com. Our final score from the Buffalo State Ice Arena, it's the Erie County Community College Cats 5 and the Buffalo State College Bengals 4 in a shootout. It's a tough loss for the Buff State Bengals here as their record drops to 8-3 on the season. That's going to do it for our coverage. For camera operator Evan Kumpf, color commentator Sean McHugh. I'm Aaron Elpern. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.